The second game of our doubleheader between Miami and the Jets is already in progress. Let's join Dave Sims and Jack Ham at the Meadowlands for all the action.
He did not have a strong arm even before the surgery. Very good touch with the football, reads defenses very quickly, but it's a lot of touch passes with him downfield. And after the surgery, a lot of people, a lot of question marks whether, in fact, that arm strength is, in fact, back. He said it's no problem last week, but along with Pennington and the whole football team, they played poorly.
We'd like to welcome those of you who are listening to the Jaguars-Colts game, where Indianapolis defeated Jacksonville by the score of 10-3. I'm Dave Sims along with Jack Ham here at the Meadowlands as we get ready for the Jets and the Dolphins. Coin flip going on right now at midfield. Ron Winter, the referee.
I can't remember the last time that Peyton Manning ended up with 10 points in a football game other than being locked in the locker room before that game. I'll tell you what, the Jaguar defense did a very good job.
For our stations down the line, position six will be next. So the Jets won the toss, and they're going to receive, and they'll be going left to right across your radio dial. Run down their starting lineup on the offensive line. The tackles, Jason Fabini and Adrian Jones. Pete, off his 6th consecutive Pro Bowl, will be the center. The wideouts, Lavernius Coles and Justin McCarron. The running backs, Gerald Soule and Curtis Martin, with the tight end, Chris Baker, and Chad Pennington's the quarterback. For Miami, across the front, it'll be Jason Taylor, Vonnie Holliday, Keith Traylor, and Kevin Carter. Junior Seau, Zach Thomas, and Shannon Crowder, the linebackers. Sam Madison, Reggie Howard, the corners. Lance Schulters and Tabucky Jones will be the safeties. So what do you look for with the Jets getting their hands on the ball first? What would you expect from them offensively?
I think when you lose the game the way the Jets lost last week, and the way Herm Edwards is a type of coach, you want to get back to basic. Get back to what is winning football for the New York Jets, and that is Curtis Martin. Let's start with the tempo with him running the football. Never could get on track last week. 57 yards in rushing, so I think go right back to him. They're going to win football game. They're going to win with running the football, ball possession, and play-action pass.
Time now for the opening kickoff, brought to you by Red Wing Shoes, built to fit, built to last. Derek Blaylock is deep to receive, along with Justin Miller. Alinda Mare in his 9th year from Syracuse, going to get us underway. Dolphins in the home white with white helmets, aqua trim and orange trim. Kicking to the Jets in the white helmets, white pants, and green pants. On the approach, here's Murray. High end over end kick deep into the end zone, and they'll keep it right there. Miller will take a knee, and the Jets will put it in play 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So the big question, Chad Pennington, what kind of arm strength does he have? How can are they going to be able to execute their offense? Mike Heimerdinger, the new offensive coordinator. You know, that's a big problem with the Jet fans had, and the media were talking about, how come he'd never go into shotgun? Which Pennington's always been comfortable under center. Last week, they opened up the season with a lot of shotgun, and it proved to be a disaster.
And also, Heimerdinger is an offensive coordinator who likes to stretch the defense downfield as well. With Lavernius Coles, he's got one wide receiver who, in fact, can do that.
Here's Pennington under center. They motion Baker, the tight end, to the left. He doubles back to his right. Pennington drops the ball, picks it up, hands to Martin, who fumbles. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you what, you talk about the worst start for a football team like the New York Jets after the game they had last week. I mean, that was fumbled twice. I think maybe the Jets ended up falling on that football. We'll have to wait and see. But the first play after all the fumbles last week, 6 in total against the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll have to wait and see who has this football.
That is remarkable. Pennington comes out of the pile with the football, and he's angry. Slams it down with his left hand as the ball bounces back towards the 5-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, in college football and pro football, that ball could have changed hands about 5 times in that pile. Somehow Pennington came up with it.
Jets catch a break. Offsides on Miami. You believe they fumbled the snap at a first play?
Especially in a town like New York. They will turn on you in a hurry right here.
Really?
I mean, this is the snap from center.
1st and 5 for the Jets. Offset eye to the right. Baker motions left. He's the tight end. Pennington under center, takes the snap, drops the throw. They cheer because they got the snap going. Throws the ball to the far side. Got a man over there, over the head of Lavernius Coles, who is running free at the 45 of Miami.
You talk about a Bronx cheer here. I'll tell you what, I got to get the fans here. I mean, they can make fun of this. It's not really all that funny. But when Pennington got the snap from center, he thought it made a touchdown pass down here. That was a great job by the Jet fan.
That really was good. He took the snap, took 3 steps back, and he got a roar. Oh, in New York. 2nd down and 5 at the 25, just underway. Baker motioning to the left again, doubling back to his right. Pennington takes a snap on the draw. Curtis Martin running to his right, nothing doing there. Penalty flag comes in as he got stuffed up in there. Trailer was there. That's the big folks up front with Junior Seau in on the stop, along with Kevin Carter.
We'll wait for the official call, but Nick Saban was talking about the job that Keith Trailer did against the run. Here's the call.
Penalty against the Jets. The Jets under Herm Edwards have been the least penalized team in the league. It's been a nightmare. They had 8 penalties last week.
Now, usually, Herm Edwards' team, you don't beat yourself. You don't have penalties out there. I mean, you're going to beat the Jets, so you have to end up executing and making good plays against them. But like I said, last week's game, you want to forget about it, but it has not started well for this offense again here for New York.
Ooh, 2nd down and 15. Jets going left to right here in the first quarter, just underway. Haven't even played a minute, and we've had some drama here. Pennington under center, offset eye to the right. 4 down linemen for Miami. Baker motions left. The tight end. Here's a stretch play. Martin caught in the backfield by Jason Taylor, who came in untouched. Jason Taylor with a big play. And that's a loss of a yard back to the 14-yard line.
What the thing about his, the confusion for the blocking scheme. Now they're in a 3-4 this year versus a 4-3. And you got to make sure that he's accounted for. Jason Taylor lined up as a linebacker on the left side that time. He came off the edge, and no one blocked him at all. Miscommunication with the offensive lineman, whether to treat him as a defensive end or a linebacker. He got in the backfield and made the play.
Corbett is in the game with McCarron. They got a 5-wide look. Shotgun. Here's the first shotgun snap coming. It's a 3rd down and 15 at the 14-yard line. Snap is good. They cheer that. Pennington stands, fires, throws over the middle, and incomplete. In and out of the hands of Corbett. Penalty flag on the play. Covering on a play for Miami was Lance Childers out of nearby Brooklyn, New York.
Well, Wayne Corbett comes in a 3rd down situation. As a 3rd down receiver on those in routes, he likes to work the middle of the field, and pass interference call. Here's the call.
Pass interference. Defense number 30. Penalizes the spot of the foul. First down.
So they get Lance Childers in his first year with the Dolphins after spending some time with Tennessee.
That's a big
San Francisco.
Right, and a big penalty on a 3rd down, a long situation like that, throwing the ball across the middle. Looked like he may have got there just a split second early for the pass interference call. 1st and 10 Jets at their own 31 as they go left to right. No score here early on in the first quarter. Pennington under center. Fakes the stretch, bootlegs back. Got a lot of time, throwing a deep ball down a near right sideline, wide open, waiting for it. McCarron makes the catch at the 33-yard line of Miami. First down, New York Jets. Justin McCarron with 3 catches last week in the loss to Kansas City. 37 yards on the connection. And he had that ball hung up for a long time.
Looked like a punt.
I'll tell you what, as soon as Pennington lets go with this football, he gets a little bit of a rush.
Number 25.
Also a penalty flag as well.
First down.
Pass interference on Reggie Howard, the 6-year man out of Memphis, a cornerback formerly with Carolina.
Well, there was contact down around the 45-yard line. That's where the penalty flag was thrown, but McCarron runs that post corner route to the outside. The ball hung up a long time. Oh. Safety coming over the top, almost got there in time, but they had the penalty flag down as well.
About a 4-second hang time on that pass. Here are the Jets in motion, running look with a double wing look now at the 33 of Miami. Baker motions to the right. Pennington takes his snap. They pick up the blitz. Now he reverses, goes back to his left. Far side at the 35. Outside the numbers at the 30. 25 and gets out of bounds. Tagged out of bounds. About a yard gain on the far side. One of the... somebody got wiped out over the Bucky Jones to force him out of bounds after a 12-yard gain.
A little play action fake, and the defensive lineman gets chopped down at the line of scrimmage, enabling Pennington to get outside of containment. When you get outside containment, they're playing man-to-man coverage downfield. Every defensive back has his back turned to Pennington when he's running with the football. Ends up getting the first down.
Ball at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Jets. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Pennington under center. Now they bring Baker, make that sole in motion. Give it to Curtis Martin, left side. Cuts it up the middle. Steps over a tackler and falls across the 15 to the 14-yard line. Gain of 6 to Bucky Jones. Former Saint strong safety. Makes the The Red Zone brought to you by Heinz, makers of thick and rich Heinz ketchup, America's favorite. Last week versus Kansas City, 4 chances in the Red Zone, 1 touchdown, no field goals. 2nd down and 5 Jets.
And that touchdown was about a minute left to go in the game, and they were lost 27-7.
2 receivers far side left. 2nd down and about 4, blitz coming. They come after him. They run it right side. Martin's got room across the 10 to the 9. He's got the first down. He had to get across the 10. Jason Taylor there to make the stop for Miami. He had help from Lance Shoulders. Kevin Mawai with a real good block up front. Zach Taylor, boy, they brought that jailbreak blitz look in there, and the Jets were able to beat it.
Well, Pennington was at the line of scrimmage. It took some time with his cadence, and the Dolphins ended up giving away the blitz. Everybody was in a gap that time. It gave the offensive lineman to make the adjustment with the blitz, and career for some good yardage and a first down.
Soul and McCarron's wide to the right. 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Pennington under center, hands to Martin running left side, and he gets stacked up. Zach Thomas, boy, he was in the hole waiting. Great job in there. Jason Taylor ran the play down from the backside. Maybe a gain of a yard.
You're going to have to put a hat on Jason Taylor, because when the play is away, normally you think a big, fat defensive end is not going to come down the line and make a play and catch it from behind. But Jason Taylor is 255 pounds, and he can run like a linebacker out there, and he'll catch a lot of plays like that.
Cole's left, McCarron's right. 2nd and goal from the 9 for the Jets. Offset eye to the right. Baker motions left. He returns to the right side. Give it to Martin. Straight up the gut. And as Martin was slowed down by Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas made a tackle with his shin.
Because Curtis deked him. So Curtis run it to his left and then broke it back to the right. Zach bought the first fake, and the leg whip was in effect.
Well, usually that is an illegal play by a defender, and they'll call that because it happened right in the hole, one-on-one with Curtis Martin against Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas made a ton of tackles last week. That time wasn't exactly a picture-perfect linebacker tackle, but brought Martin down.
5 wideouts, 3 to the left, 5 DBs, a nickel in there for Miami on this 3rd and goal from the 7. Blitz coming, fade, near right corner. Coles got it, back in the end zone, touchdown, New York Jets. He beat the nickel man, Travis Daniels, the rookie out of LSU. Jets lead at 6-0.
I'll tell you, and also a great throw and great catch by Coles, but everybody's coming. Everybody is coming. Jason Taylor trying to jump up in the air, but that's just a great throw. Outstanding coverage as well, and ends up Coles making the catch and keeping both feet down inbounds for the touchdown.
Beautiful throw coming to the near sideline and near the back of the end zone. Point after by the rookie out of Ohio State. That's Mike Nugent. It's up, and it is good. Jets lead at 7-0 over Miami. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Have you heard about the Florida Citizens Bank ATM right across from the university on University Avenue at the Target Copy Center? It's spitting out $50 bills. That's right. Carl Walls, the president, has made some big mistake. He's loaded $50 bills in with all the 20s. So when you go to the Target Copy Center and make some copies, maybe get a cup of coffee, go to the Florida Citizens Bank ATM right there, because along with the 20s, you just might get a $50 bill. It's your gift from Florida Citizens Bank. That ATM at the Target Copy Center on University Avenue, it's spitting out 50s.
Did you know that the Gainesville Open MRI has been around for over 10 years, serving the Gainesville community? Did you know that you have your choice to watch a movie or cable TV while having your procedure? Did you know you can have your family or friends sit in with you? Did you know that the Gainesville Open MRI accepts most insurance plans? Board-certified radiologists are waiting to serve you at the beautiful Millennium Center on the corner of 43rd and Newberry. Call the Gainesville Open MRI today at 377-3100.
A reminder that for every touchdown scored this afternoon and all season long on Westwood One, RE/MAX will make a donation to the Children's Miracle Network. RE/MAX. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. And the Jets have made their contribution, and their fans, tell you what, the fans were a little bit skeptical after Pennington fumbled the opening snap, but they're able to take it 9 plays, 80 yards, and 528. A couple of penalties against Miami really helped the cause as well.
And you're right, that was a key drive because it looked ugly early for the Jets on offense. Like I said about the game they played last week, but when they turned it around, got a couple of penalties, pass interference calls downfield, But that throw by Pennington to Lavernius Coles in the corner of the end zone, that's what you practice every day. Just get the 2 feet down in bounds, up over the defender, a perfect throw with a blitz, everybody coming from the Miami Dolphin defense.
Jet fans being whipped into a frenzy by one of their mascots, fireman Eddie Anzalone, is on the big screen. You'll hear his work in a matter of seconds here. Well, Eddie's all hands on deck for Fireman Ed.
He is a folk hero here in New York.
Here's Nugent with the kick. High, short kick. Welker runs up at the 18, 25, running left side at the 30. Outside the numbers at the 35. Wes Welker shoved out of bounds. On the near side, shoved out of bounds by Kerry Rhodes, a 19-yard return. Jets lead at 7-0 over Miami in the first. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Let's face it, selling a home is not something most of us have much experience doing. Well, how about selling a home every 5 hours around the clock? Sound impossible? Well, not at Boss Hart Realty Services. Not only do they sell a home every 5 hours, but their average selling price is almost 100%. Don't cut corners when it comes time to sell your next home. Call Boss Hart Realty Services, 352-371-6100. Boss Hart Realty Services, now serving Gainesville, Ocala, and Sarasota.
Craft Motor Cars is now the all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. New owners, new attitude, and a whole new way of serving our customers. Stop by and check out our huge selection of brand new Mercedes-Benz, Jeeps, and Buick, as well as an incredible selection of quality pre-owned vehicles at prices you just have to see to believe. We've extended the hours for sales and service to help accommodate our customers. Shop online at DuvalMotorCars.com or by phone at 888-GATORS-0 or in person. Come in and pick out your car, and we'll have a price and payment for you in just 15 minutes. The all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. I-75 at 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
One voice can get the point across. Two are stronger. Add more and we're stronger than ever. That's the power of a community coalition. They help community groups fight to keep kids away from drugs. Visit helpyourcommunity.org to see how your group can help. Because you get more when you get together. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
Others may talk about the Gators, but the Gators only come to play on AM 850 WRUF Gainesville. Your home of the Gators for over 70 years.
6-3.
Later on, we're going to tell you about today's best catch, the grip of the game, brought to you by Channel Lock Pliers. Get a grip. And right now, your clubhouse leader, Lavernius Coles.
Well, Lavernius Coles is happy to be back here from a little cameo appearance in Washington and finally back here. And he's a Herm Edwards fan, and he likes the idea of playing with the Jets, so it's a perfect reunion for these guys over here, and Lavernius Coles made the big play.
Miami 1st and 10 at its own 39, going right to left. Here's Farrat. 5-step drop, throw it on the flat right side. Got a completion out to his tight end, McMichael. And McMichael runs to his right and picks up about 9 yards. Nice catch there. Eric Barton, with help from Eric Coleman, makes the stop. For Miami across the front line. The tackles, Damian McIntosh and Vernon Carey. Jeno James and Rex Hadnot at the guards, and Seth McKinney, the center. Marty Booker, Chris Chambers, the wideouts, with Randy McMichael, the tight end. Ronnie Brown is the quarterback. 2nd down and 1 at the 48. McMichael motions to the right, sets up over there. High formation behind Farrat. They bring Chambers in motion, turn to give it to Ronnie Brown up the right guard, bounces it outside, across the 50, breaks the tackle to the 45. 1st down, Miami Dolphins. Good play by Ronnie Brown, the number 1 pick, the 2nd pick after Alex Smith in the draft last spring. Kerry Rhodes brings him down. For the Jets, Brian Thomas, James Reed, Dwayne Robertson, and Sean Ellis across the front. Linebackers Victor Hobson, Jonathan Vilma in the middle, and Eric Barton. The corners Ty Law, David Barrett, Coleman, and Celestin are the safeties. 1st and 10 Miami, Jet territory at the 45-yard line, going right to left. Lorenzo Diamond motions to the right, play action. Farrat throws a crossing pattern to McMichael, and he catches it at the 35-yard line. Brought down by Ty Law. So Randy McMichael, 6 catches a week ago. Top receiver last year with 73 catches. He's in his 4th year out of Georgia.
Well, they will run the football with Brown in the previous play. Now come back with the play action, faking it to Brown and get it to your tight end. And he is a big target downfield. And this on this drive right now is exactly what Gus Farrat did last week in a game down in Miami.
Diamond, the wingback left side. Ronnie Brown, the setback. Diamond motions to the right. 1st and 10. Give it to Brown up the gut. Big collision. Runs through a tackler and then finally swarmed under. Jonathan Vilma met him in the hole. And then there's some help from the backside coming in to bring him down. Gain of a couple on that play. Ball down to the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up.
People forget this young man is about 232 pounds, and those fresh young legs coming out of Auburn, this guy will bring a lot of power. Broke a tackle on the first run he had, and you're right, Vilma and Brown end up with a collision right in the hole.
Offset eye to the left. Evans in the game. Fake it. Here's the end around the Chambers running right side at the 35, at the 30. Inside the numbers. Protects the ball and then taken down. Good hard tackle by Victor Hobson, the third-year man from Michigan. Nice gain on the end around. You're going to see all kinds of movement here, Jack, with this Miami ball club this year.
Well, Chambers ran one at reverse last week for 61 yards, a key play in that game as well. And what that'll do when you run it early like that, in pursuit of that Jet defense, which is not all that big, but they run very well, that'll slow down that backside pursuit.
Miami 1st and 10 at the Jet 24. Jets lead it 7-0. 6:26 to go here in the first. Welker motions left. Here's Farrat. Short drop. Throw it right side. Wide open far side. And a catch is made by Chris Chambers. Chambers will be just short of a first down.
I'll tell you what, Ty Law, in his days with New England, I think his best days as a corner are behind him right now, but I've never seen a defensive back play that far off of a wide receiver in the National Football League.
Especially that caliber, too.
He was about 12 yards off Chambers. This was so Chambers had a chance to get up. He didn't go out of bounds. He could have gotten up, because not touched down, and run with the football.
Two receivers, both sides. Shotgun for Farrat on the 2nd and 1 at the 15-yard line. Jets leading 7-0. Blitz coming. Farrat hangs, fires, throws it in the end zone for a incompletion as he was trying to get it down there to Chambers. He was throwing to a spot. Victor Hobson on the blitz was in there in a heartbeat.
I have no idea why Gus Farrat would throw it. Again, Ty Law was playing off. The out was there again for about another 10-yard gain on the outside. Ty Law was at least 10 to 15 yards off of Chambers. You are not going to get a fade pattern in the corner of the end zone with Law playing that far off. Bump and run coverage, that's when you go to the fade. 3rd and 1, Miami at the Jet 15-yard line. Sammy Morrison, Ronnie Brown, I formation. It's McMichael. Here's the blitz coming to get it outside to Chambers. Eludes a tackler, and he's caught down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Miami. Good read. They saw the same thing you did, Jack. Oh, Ty Law's been playing off this entire series right now. Like I said, the fade pattern could have been another hitch pass and another 10-yard gain. This time a 3rd and 1 situation. Realize he's uncovered on the outside, and Chambers is a big wide receiver. Yeah. Make people miss, go upfield, easily got the first down.
That hitch pattern, that was absolute thievery there. 1st and goal at the 9 for Miami, responding now to the Jets scoring on the opening drive. Heath Evans resets into an eye. Farrat drops it on the draw. Give it to Ronnie Brown, running left side. Swarmed under, loses a couple of yards. Vilma was there. Eric Barton was there to make the play for the New York Jets.
I'll tell you, the Jets are so surprised. They knew that Vilma was an outstanding player, but the way he's been able to get his work ethic, what he needs to be as a professional player, to get better and better. His offseason, he said, I don't even have an offseason. I try to stay in shape all year round to try to be a better football player.
Miami Dolphins in the Heinz red zone. 2nd down and goal from the 11. Miami going right to left, trailing 7-0 to the Jets. Sammy Morris, the setback behind his left tackle. Here's Farrat looking left. Now throwing down the middle. Got a man down there and knocked away. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Chambers. Chambers running a post pattern, and the coverage by Eric Coleman, top tackler in the secondary a year ago, the 2nd-year man from Washington State.
Trying to lay the football out there again for Chambers. Like I said, he's a big target as a wide receiver. They have a bunch set to try to get him down into the secondary very quickly. The ball's a little bit high as well. Chambers cuts a route off. He has a chance to make that play.
11th play of this drive for the Miami Dolphins. 3rd and goal at the 11. 4:39 to go in the first. Jets lead at 7-0. Full house here at the Meadowlands. AFC East battle. Shotgun for Farrat. Chambers motions back to the right. Farrat takes his snap. Looks. Got time. Throws an out pattern right side. He's got McMichael at the 5. Tries to jump over, tackle, and then 3 men bring him down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. He tried to jump. Eric Coleman was there to bring him down. And Shane McMichael having some words down there with... Let's see who that was. That would be Jonathan Vilma. And they have to pull Vilma off. And now they're going to bring in Alinda Murray.
I'll tell you, if McMichael tries to do this the rest of the year, trying to jump over defenders in the NFL, he's in game 2 right now. He won't make game 4 because he got up in the air that time, and you are a big target to a lot of DBs and linebackers in that secondary.
21-yard attempt. High snap. Put down. Timing thrown off. It's booted up. And no good. The snap came back from Jeff Scanina. It was a fastball that Farrat had to get up off his knees to get down, and he couldn't do it. 7-0 Jets here in the first over Miami. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
If you're looking for an auto parts store that goes the extra mile, get ready. Advance Auto Parts is working harder to do more for you and your car. Get ready for free battery testing and installation. Get ready for free wiper blade installation. Get ready for free do-it-yourself brochures, free video clinics on Advanced TV, our exclusive in-store network, and free advice from our ASE certified experts. When you're ready for know-how and a helping hand, the first place to go is Advance Auto Parts. We're ready in advance.
It's going on now at Radio Shack.
The ultimate clearance event.
Our biggest sale in over a decade.
Get our lowest prices ever on hundreds of products.
Save on great name brands like Olympus, HP, and Sony.
Samsung, Motorola, Panasonic, and more.
From new digital cameras to wireless phones.
More products added every day, so hurry in now for your best selection.
The ultimate clearance event, now at Radio Shack.
Don't miss it.
Items limited to stock on hand. Some merchandise not available in all stores. Prior markdowns may have been taken.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago. And they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tommy Tighe with a scoreboard update brought to you by Wrangler, makers of 5-star premium denim jeans, built strong, built comfortable, built right. First quarter in Green Bay, Browns and Packers are tied at 7. Also in the first, Rams leading the Cards 7-3. Bolger to Holt for the St. Louis score. Broncos 3 and the Chargers nothing. Atlanta, Seattle, they're still scoreless. Final scores in a game heard earlier in Westwood One. Indianapolis 10, the Jaguars 3. Bucks beat the Bills 19-3. Tampa Bay 2-0 for the first time since 2000. Bengals all over the Vikings 37-8. Dante Culpepper 5 interceptions, 7 turnovers for Minnesota throughout the day. Panthers beat the Patriots 27-17. Stephen Davis with 3 scores. And the Steelers knock off the Texans 27-7. Willie Parker, 111 yards on the ground. Ben Roethlisberger, 2 touchdown passes. Now back to Dave and Jack at Giant Stadium.
All right, thank you, Tommy. 5 picks for Culpepper. Jets take over. First and 10 to throw. 20. Here's Martin. 25-30. Right up the hash marks. 35-yard line. Curtis Martin, the number 4 all-time rusher in the National Football League. A gain of 15. He trails only Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders. Lance Shoulders had to make the stop.
And he's an amazing runner to me because I live in the Pittsburgh area. He went to the University of Pittsburgh, and he was nicked up and injured his entire college career. That's why he was a 3rd-round draft pick. In professional football, the more physical league, he has been healthy his entire career.
I had the pleasure of calling some of those games when he was healthy at Pitt. He was outstanding. Baker motions, doubles back to the right in his first and 10 at the 35. On the draw, give it to Martin, trying to go outside to his left. And that was a fine defensive play in there by Jason Taylor. Later on in the game, going to tell you about today's Rolaids moment, brought to you by Extra Strength Rolaids Soft Chews. They're chewy, not chalky, with a taste and texture antacid users prefer. And we have a clubhouse leader there. It was the snap by Jeff Scanina to Donnie Jones on a 21-yard field goal attempt.
Hey, Jason Taylor, those long arms, the leverage he has, the quickness, he makes plays even when he is blocked.
Second down and 11. Jets at their own 33. Miami shows blitz. They'll rush 4. Pennington back to throw. Flat pattern, far left side, in and out of the hands of Wayne Corbett on the far side near the Jet bench. And coverage by Tabucky Jones and Reggie Howard.
And Jason Taylor again, that time line at right defensive end. He's on Fabina. And this time is the bull rush. You think he's going to be trying to run around people to use his quickness and finesse. Well, the change up that time was getting underneath the pads of Fabina, and he threw him right back into the lap of Pennington when he was trying to throw the football to the outside.
2:30 to go here in the first quarter. Jets on the board 7-0. A 7-yard pass from Pennington to Coles at the 9:32 mark. 7-0 Jets, 2:30 to go in the first. Jeremiah Bell, nickel secondary in there for Miami right now. And it's 3rd and 11 at the 33. Pennington takes a snap. Blitz coming and pick it up. Throws sideline ball, far right side, incomplete. Tried to get it to Coles, and it was too high for Lavernius Coles. Sam Madison covering on the play, and Madison working the side, Jet, saying he got hit.
Well, he wants an offensive pass interference call because the ball was going over his head. I think he had a chance for interception. Good jam by Madison right at the line of scrimmage on Corbett. And at the last second, when the ball is up in the air, he gets nudged from behind.
Ben Graham, the rookie out of Australia, 6'5", 230, left footer. Hits a low line drive. Wes Welker comes to get it near side at the 31. Runs to his right, trying to reverse field. Gets outside, slips down, and taken down at the 27-yard line. We'll take a break with the Jets leading 7-0 over Miami. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
To prove new Concert 2-in-1 shampoo for men is a good, clean rinsing shampoo. We tested it on sportscaster Dan Patrick.
Why am I tied to a speedboat?
By lathering him up, then tying him behind a speedboat.
Could I at least have some skis?
No need. Go! There you have it. He's not moving, but his hair looks great and no residue. Proof new Consort 2-in-1 shampoo rinses clean, leaving your hair looking good.
Consort for men. Dan tested, man approved.
Like most men, there are some things my husband just doesn't want to talk about.
Like prostate problems, but when I learned 1 in 3 men will have them.
That got him talking.
And thinking. Enough so that I switched to One-A-Day Men's.
One-A-Day Men's Health is a complete multivitamin plus lycopene, which Harvard studies suggest may help prostate health.
Some things are healthy to talk about.
Now, let's talk about feelings.
Hey, one thing at a time.
One-A-Day Men's, the multivitamin with more for your health. Used with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables.
This is my friend Rick. Hi. Anyway, Rick thinks it's not manly to have a fresh-smelling car. Rick, do you prefer to have your car smelling like stale drive-thru or, like you?
Yeah.
And do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Makes sense to me. Rick, you should try using new Glade car-scented oil because nothing freshens like it. By clipping it on your air vent, you release Glade fragrances that attract the ladies.
Ladies?
That's right, Rick. Get used to the idea. New car-scented oil only from Glade. It's freshness to go. FC Johnson, a family company.
There are two kinds of bikers. There's the tough, hardcore biker, like Smokey here.
Hey, bro.
And then there's the weekend rider, like Jeff.
Hey, man.
These two bikers couldn't be more different, except for one thing. You both have Geico motorcycle insurance. Because Geico covers most kinds of motorcycles, and they offer money-saving discounts. So, you see, you guys, you have more in common than you thought.
Neat. For a free rate quote on motorcycle insurance, visit geico.com or call 1-800-44-CYCLE. Geico Motorcycle Insurance. Let's ride.
Play fantasy football on CBSSportsline.com. From beginner to expert, they have games for all levels. Plus, get NFL player news and exclusive analysis to give you the winning edge all season long. Just click on fantasy football at CBSSportsline.com. Now back to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL.
Don't forget to tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL next Sunday on Fox. Check your local listings for the games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on Fox. Dave Sims and Jack Ham with you. Miami pushed back inside its own 20 to the punt. So that's where the Dolphins will put it in play. Going right to left, trailing 7-0. Here's Diamond motioning back towards the formation. They run a toss play coming near side left. Brown caught. Loss of a yard or two. David Barrett, who was picked on mercilessly last week by Kansas City on a 76-yard drive. They threw 4 passes right in front of him.
Well, on defense, in one position you cannot hide. They can hide a lot of different people on the line and linebacker, but if you are a corner in the NFL and you're not playing well, that quarterback will go after you all day.
There's no question. They'll look for you. 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. Second down at 11 from the 16. Farad under center. 4-man rush for New York. Deep drop Farad. Got time. Throws the sideline ball. Throw! A couple of Jets collide. It's an incompletion there as Barrett, along with Kerry Rhodes, had a big collision, but both guys get up quickly. Tried to get it down to Wes Welker.
Well, that ball would be better thrown. It would have been intercepted because the Jets had that play covered all the way. Guys going for the football. The ball was high. A lot of times two defenders can collide downfield. Rhodes over there coming over the top as a safety had the best chance for the interception.
Yeah, it went right through his hands trying to get it to Wes Welker. 1:31 to go. Shotgun on this 3rd and 11 at the 16. Farad takes. In trouble. Throws. Incomplete. He was caught from behind. It was John Abraham. John Abraham, first time we've seen him tonight. He put the tremendous pressure on Farad, and he had to throw it away.
Well, John Abraham on a spin move came to the inside, put pressure on Farad. He's been having a bruised contract for a couple of years here. They signed him now. He's hoping for a long-term deal, but he doesn't have it yet. He's got a 1-year deal.
Donnie Jones out of LSU to punt, standing in his own 1. Left footer gets into it, and he hammers one down, and it's going to bounce at the 50 and take a jet bounce, and finally touched. Take a Jet bounce. That was not a great punt. 32 yards on that punt. We'll take a break with the Jets leading 7-0 here in the first. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, is giving you a real deal. Right now, you can get a free game of bowling. That's right, free. Bowl and pay nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, free of charge on the house. It don't cost diddly. With the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway, just purchase a specially marked bag of Baby Ruth minis, fun size, or a 10-pack for a free game of bowling. Get yours today. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal. Free game up to $9. For details and restrictions, visit babyruth.com. Even that's free.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Poor gas mileage will waste a lot of money. So get to AutoZone during fall car care season. Tune up your car and start getting better gas mileage today. Install a new set of spark plugs. Replace your dirty air filter. Put in a new fuel filter and add a bottle of fuel injector cleaner to your tank. Stop throwing money away. Get to AutoZone. Tune up your car and save gas now.
Get in the zone. AutoZone. It's time for the ultimate ATV deal. Get up to 6 times longer warranty coverage than the competition. A full 3 years on Bombardier ATVs, like the most powerful and versatile Outlander. Plus rebates up to $800 on 05 and prior models. Hurry, because this ultimate deal ends September 30th. Find a Bombardier ATV dealer near you at brp.com. Offer ends 9/30/05. Riders must be at least 16 years old and have taken a training course. See dealer for complete offer details.
Looking for great jeans at a great value? Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans are built strong, built comfortable, built right. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans. Now back to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NFL.
1:14 to go, first quarter. Jets lead at 7-0 over the Dolphins here at the Meadowlands. Dave Sims, Jack Ham with you. After a 32-yard punt, Jets put it in play at the Miami 48-yard line as they go left to right. Pennington under center. Deep back is Martin. Here's a 5-step, 7-step drop by Pennington and swarmed under by Junior Seau. Came on the blitz and he overwhelmed Curtis Martin, and that's a loss back inside the 45 of the Jets to the 43-yard line.
Well, you're right. When you got a linebacker matchup on a running back, usually Curtis Martin does a pretty good job, but he tried to take on Junior Seau high. He tried to take him on high and do a physical job on him. He just runs him right over, push him back into the pocket, and Pennington and brings him down.
Loss of 9 on the play. Clock running with 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Martin's trying to hold him, and he can't even do it.
Offset eye to the right. They motion Baker tight end left, who doubles back. Maybe offsides. Here's the handoff going to Martin, running to the left side, spins out of trouble, now comes back to the right. He's at the 40, 45, and knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line by Junior Seau. The right defensive end clearly jumped. It might have been Kevin Carter. Ron Winter is the referee today.
Boy, defensive linemen just love to either anticipate the snap count. Here's the call.
Offside. Defense. Number 98. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That was Matt Roth, the rookie out of Iowa. Got all your gear for the new NFL season? For the best selection of products, call 1-877-NFL-SHOP or visit the NFL shop on NFL.com for your free team catalog. So the Jets, after the sack cost them 9, they get 5 back. 2nd and 14 now at the Jet 48-yard line. 7-0 Jets as the first quarter is winding down. Offset eye to the left. Pennington stretch play. Give it to Martin running left. Finds a hole and then pays the price. Ran right into Zach Thomas. Gain across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 3.
I'll tell you, smart play by Zach Thomas. Been around now a long time, and he's the guy. They funnel everything back to him. He didn't want to overrun. He's trying to play from the inside out. And as soon as Curtis Martin turns back inside, he makes a lot of his runs on the inside. He ended up meeting him right in the hole.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The New York Jets 7, the Miami Dolphins nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
My fellow fans, Kia Motors is a company that likes what it sees in stadiums all over America. Wearing the foam blocks of cheese on your heads, painting your faces with outrageous team colors. These are expressions of pride and passion. We can relate. But our pride and passion translates to the quality engineering you'll find in the cars we make. Cars like the Kia Spectra, a stylish and reliable sedan that's fun to drive with 6-speaker sound, 6 airbags, more interior space than any car in its class, and all backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program. It's the compact car that performs big, and Spectra starts in Spectra. You sit proud in the stands, feel just as good behind the wheel.
MSRP for Spectra-based model is $13,390, including freight, excluding Texas title license options and retailer charges. Actual prices set by retailer. See retailer for limited powertrain warranty details or go to Kia.com.
Know the greatest phrase ever invented in shopping? No, it's not, I'll just wait in the car. The greatest phrase is, no thanks, I'm just looking. I mean, what freedom, what liberation, what a great way to buy car insurance. In fact, why not do some looking right now? Go to Geico.com. It's quick, it's easy, and you could save hundreds. You know, saving money looks good on you. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
RID presents a mother's guide to the 5 stages of head lice infestation. First, there's shock, followed by denial,
No, this isn't happening.
anger,
Darn sleepovers?
bargaining,
Please, not head lice.
and finally, acceptance.
My kid got lice? I'll get rid.
RID has the most comprehensive support system in the industry. Call 1-800-RID-LICE and talk to one of our representatives, or log on to ridlice.com. Got lice? Get RID. Use as directed.
Back here at the Meadowlands, Dave Sims and Jack Ham with you. Start of the second quarter. Jets 7-0 over the Dolphins on a 7-yard pass from Pennington to Coles at the 9:32 mark in the first. Jets look at a 3rd and 11 at the Miami 49 as they go right to left here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, double wides both sides for Chad Pennington. In motion, Corbett in. Blitz coming to hang in. Pennington throws deep middle, too high. Ball tipped, should have been picked. Should have been intercepted. To Bucky Jones had his hands on it. The intended receiver was Lavernius Coles on a deep cross.
But that time they had a 3 wide receiver set. They also had Corbett coming in motion. They're trying to get him off the line without being jammed and get to the outside. He was open along the sideline, but Pennington tried to throw the ball down the middle, high down the middle to Bucky Jones. Just misses that interception.
Here's Graham for the punt. Wes Welker deep to receive, a high hanger. Welker makes the fair catch at the 19-yard line. Great hang time on that. 4.6 seconds, a 30-yard punt. 7-0 Jets, early second quarter over Miami. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tommy Tighe. Let's check the Wrangler NFL scoreboard, brought to you by Wrangler, makers of 5-star premium denim jeans. Built strong, built comfortable, built right. Second quarter scores, Browns 10 and the Packers 7. That game in Green Bay. Only the second time these two franchises ever met at Lambeau Field. Rams 7, Cards 3. That's late in the first. Seahawks on top of the Falcons 7-0. Hasselbeck to Jurevicius 6 yards for the lone score of the game. And the Chargers lead the Broncos 7-3. LaDainian Tomlinson a 16-yard touchdown run. That's 14 straight games he scored on the ground. That is an NFL record. Steelers beat the Texans 27-7. Willie Parker 111 yards on the ground in the score. Eagles all over the 49ers 42-3. Donovan McNabb, another day at the office, 23 of 29, 342 in the air and 5 scores. Bears beat the Lions 38-6. Panthers knock off the Patriots 27-17. Stephen Davis with 3 scores. First back to do that against the Patriots since Curtis Martin in the year 2000. Now back to the field, Dave and Jack.
All right, thank you, Tommy. Miami on a first and 10 at its own 18 runs Ronnie Brown up the middle, and not much doing there. As Sean Ellis, Jonathan Vilma, James Reed all there. How about last week, Jack? James Reed punching Jonathan Vilma in the mouth.
I'll tell you what, it's bad enough all the collisions you have with your opponent, not when your teammates are going after you. But Reed's a guy he thought he was not going to be on his football team. They thought they were going to let him go, but they lose Ferguson in the free agency, so they need some defensive help in that nose position, and so Reed is in there.
Second down and 7, Miami at their own 21. Single receivers both sides. They fake the toss. Bootleg coming to the right as Farrat throws an out pattern and knocked away. Ty Law with the big play. Knocked it away from Chris Chambers. Time now for the Campbell's Chunky Trivia question. Brought to you by mouth-watering Campbell's Chunky Chili. Loaded with meat sauce, meat in a savory sauce with beans or without. Campbell's Chunky Chili. Here's the question, Jack. The Miami Dolphins have not allowed a 300-yard passer in 31 consecutive games. Who was the last to do it against him?
Well, I'm 0 for 1 right now, and
we'll get to the answer a little bit later.
I could be on my way to 0 for 2.
I hear you. Third down at 7. Miami at its own 21. Going left to right. Jets lead at 7-0. Blitz coming for Hangs. Fires. Throws a deep sideline. Ball far left side. Contact. Ball falls incomplete. Eric Coleman on the coverage against David Boston. On that far side, and there was a blitz by Eric Coleman. And that one falls incomplete. Going to bring Donnie Jones on to punt again.
Well, Gus Rogers barely gets his football off. They're bringing safety, blitz. They're bringing linebackers and Coleman off the edge. And that's a one-on-one coverage. You got to beat a defensive back.
Jones hangs it up in the air. Penalty flag on the play. And a fair catch made at the Jet 46-yard line. A 35-yard punt. Justin Miller makes the fair catch. Penalty flag, however, on the play. 1:15 in here into the second quarter.
Holding. Number 32 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Darian Johnson called for the penalty. Right now, we'll take a timeout. Jets lead at 7-0 over Miami early in the second. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
If you've been injured or have an orthopedic problem, you want immediate access to quality care. The Orthopedic Institute is your answer. The Orthopedic Institute offers a unique combination of 20 board-certified experienced specialists in orthopedic injuries, sports medicine, knee, hip, and shoulder surgery, hand surgery, foot and ankle surgery, spine and neurosurgery, and plastic and reconstructive surgery. Make your appointment today at one of the Orthopedic Institute's offices in Gainesville, Lake City, Chiefland, Perry, or Alachua by calling 352-336-6000.
Craft Motor Cars is now the all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. New owners, new attitude, and a whole new way of serving our customers. Stop by and check out our huge selection of brand new Mercedes-Benz, Jeeps, and Buick, as well as an incredible selection of quality pre-owned vehicles at prices you just have to see to believe. We've extended the hours for sales and service to help accommodate our customers. Shop online at DuvalMotorCars.com or by phone at 888-GATORS-0 or in person. Come in and pick out your car, and we'll have a price and payment for you in just 15 minutes. The all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. I-75 at 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
We are people of all ages with hopes and dreams. We are the family and friends of alcoholics, and our lives are controlled by someone else's drinking. We want our lives back. If you need help, call Al-Anon and Alateen at 1-888-4-AL-ANON. To help them, you have to help yourself first.
Hi, this is Jim Bohannon. There are no sports fans like Gator fans, and Gator fans can hear all the Gator news on AM 850 WRUF.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
The NFL and Westwood One is brought to you by the WRUF Sports Club members, Duval Motor Cars, Boss Hart Realty Services, and Florida Citizens Bank.
Reminder to stay with us tonight for Sunday Night Football, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Many of these same stations. Joel Myers, John Riggins, Doc Walker in Oakland. Raiders, KC. Sunday Night Football. It's on Westwood One. First and 10 Jets at their own 35. Curtis Martin left side. Breaks for about 4 to the 39, where he's brought down by Junior Seau, who's played in 12 Pro Bowls. Third year with Miami after 12 years with the San Diego Chargers.
Pretty good running play where they have sold on as an H-back in motion, and he comes back kind of a counter play back, and Martin kind of follows him through the hole, and it finishes off for about 4 yards.
Coles goes wide right, McCarron's wide left. The tight end, Baker, is wing left, now goes to the right. Offset I, behind Pennington. Fakes it to Martin, hangs, throws, left side, come back, caught. 49-yard line as McCarron's hit out of bounds hard at the Miami bench by Sam Madison. That'll be a first down for the Jets, a gain of 10. So Pennington now 3 of 7 for 54 yards and a touchdown.
Also a good job by the Jet offensive line. They got hammered last week by Kansas City, but that time off the play-action fake. A lot of time for Pennington to wait and find McCarron, who runs his route up the field and comes back to the football along the sideline for the first down.
First and 10 Jets at their own 49, up 7-0 early second quarter. Give the handoff to Martin, running left side, cuts it back to the right, inside Miami territory, caught by the backside linebacker, Junior Seau. Pretty good gain there, about 4 or 5 yards.
Good push by that offensive line. Again, They're trying to get 4 or 5 yards on first down. Then they have some play action passes as well. So the offensive line, and that defensive line other than trailer in the middle is not all that big. So you got a chance to move some people. And I'll tell you, Curtis Martin, the best cutback runner in the National Football League, saw it was closed off to the outside and made the good yardage inside.
2nd down and 6. Jets at the Miami 47. Offset eye to the left. McCarron's wide left, Cole's right. They motion Baker to the right side. Pennington under center. Drops the throw. Blitz coming. Flush. Runs to his right. Throws across his body. Hangs it up for grabs. And incomplete to Coles down at the 19-yard line. Pennington running for his life to his right. Just cranked and threw it. It hung up for a long time.
I'll tell you, Pennington almost does a good job of, number one, getting pressure. He gets out of the pocket. He has linebackers coming up the middle, trying to blitz up the middle. Zach Thomas coming with pressure, flushed him out of the pocket. I'll tell you, a little bit of an underthrow, and Coles almost comes up with this ball, but a little bit high, gets one hand on the football.
3rd down and 6 for the Jets. They'll operate out of a shotgun, 2 receivers, both sides. Long count. Pennington gets the snap, inside handoff to Martin. Tripped up, stays on his feet to the 40. He's got the first down. Great play by Curtis Martin. Got it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. First down, Jets. Jason Fabini with a terrific block. And that's a play you see a lot of out of the shotgun/spread offense anymore, particularly in the college game.
Well, you spread everybody out, and everybody's going to think pass. You got your defensive lineman rushing up the field. I'll tell you, you're talking about Fabini on a good block, and he's been going up against Jason Taylor, especially when they were in the 4-3 for the last couple of years. Has always done a very good job. Only 1 sack from Jason Taylor against Fabini. That's a good matchup.
Martin, 11 carries, 39 yards. Derek Blaylock, the deep back right now, as Martin gets a blow. Offset eye to the right. Here's Pennington, deep drop, throw it over the middle, and incomplete. Tried to get it to Baker. He was covered by one of the linebackers, Channing Crowder. Baker had a big week last. He was the only bright spot for the Jets last week. The tight end with 7 catches. And it was the first 100-yard game by a tight end since Johnny Mitchell did it December of '95.
I'll take Baker's done a good job. The fact that they brought in Doug Jolly. They traded for Jolly from Oakland, thinking he's going to be their guy. They're going to go to 2 tight ends quite a bit as well, so Jolly will be in a lineup. But Baker reacted with the competition and won that job.
2nd and 10, Jets at the Miami 39. Baker motions right. Under center, give it to Blaylock. Running left side outside the numbers at the 40, 35, at the 30. Hit hard after by Zach Thomas, who what else is new, but it's close to a first down for the New York Jets running left side. Justin McCarron's with a good block.
I'll tell you, that was the key block. McCarron's on the outside. When your wide receivers will block on the defensive back, the corner's got containment on the outside. Zach Thomas ends up making a tackle, but you're making a tackle after an 11-yard gain downfield and a first down. You want your linebackers to make tackles going towards the line of scrimmage. McCarron does a great job of locking up with Sam Madison and ends up being a first down.
Curtis Martin's back after Blaylock picked up the first. 1st and 10 at the 28 of Miami. Baker motioning right. Offset eye to the right. Here's Pennington. Short drop throw out to Soule in the flat right side and taken down immediately by Lance Shoulders, the free safety. Shoulders, an outstanding athlete, was a DB, a running back, a wide receiver, and a quarterback at Canarsie High School in Brooklyn. Played some quarterback in Hofstra and had a injury to his left foot last year while he was a member of the Titans. Got to play in only 3 games. 2-yard pickup there, 2nd down and 8 at the 26 of Miami. 7-0 Jets, 9:44 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Baker motions left this time, offset eye to the right. Waggle back to the right is Pennington, throws to Soule. You heard the hit, lost the ball, but he recovered it. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. Zach Thomas just blowing people up.
Almost identical play to Soule out in that flat area. Play action fake and getting him the football. And when he turned around, he got a face full of Zach Thomas. Looked like the ball, in fact, was a fumble, but Soule ended up falling on the football for the recovery.
I don't think that's what Gerald Soule had in mind when turned around and he got a basketball hop right back to him. What a break. 3rd and 7.
Sometimes you get that fortunate bounce.
At the 25, nickel back in there for Miami. On the draw, give it to Martin running left side. Up the middle after cut to the left. across the 20, inside the 20 to the 18 is going to be real close. So Bucky Jones makes the stop for Miami.
I'll tell you, give Herm Edwards a lot of credit. A couple of third down plays instead of throwing the football, a little change up against that Miami defense, running Curtis Martin very close to the first down. They're going to measure to see whether, in fact, he has it right now. But you cross up that defense like that, they're going to have to honor run on that third down play as this game goes on, and you may not get as much pressure on Pennington when he does throw the football.
I like the way they ran from the quick count, too. I think he's got the first down. Ron Winter and his crew stretching out the chain to our left as we come to you from high above the Meadowlands. That is a first down for the Jets. So first down, New York. They're inside the 20 at the 18-yard line as the New York Jets are in the Heinz red zone.
Where they had Jason Taylor going up the field. That was a huge hole that opened up right up the middle for Curtis Martin. And like I said, he finishes off the run, got just enough for the first down.
Curtis Martin, 12 carries, 51 yards. He's well ahead of last week's pace where he went 20 carries for 57 yards. That was only 2.9 yards a pop. Not good. Blaylock is in with Soul in the backfield. First and 10, Jets at the Miami 18, 8:27 to go. Here in the second quarter, Jets lead at 7-0. Baker motions left. Pennington under center on the give to Blaylock. Running left side, he gets run down from behind at the 15-yard line by Crowder and Kevin Carter. Crowder came from the left defensive outside linebacker to make that play.
Well, there's really nobody to cut him off. When Baker's coming in motion across the formation on the outside, it could be Taylor or Crowder, whoever's out there, and he can catch a lot of plays from behind. The only way you're going to slow that down is run a reverse back there to make sure on that end someone stays at home rather than chasing all those plays down the line.
Gain of 3. They put Soul in the slot to the right side. McCarron to make that Coles outside of him. They run Martin left side at the 15, at the 10, tripped up and taken down at the 7-yard line. Got taken out by Tabucky Jones. Nice block by Justin McCarron again. The Jets in operating room here now, boy. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
I'll tell you, when you have a wide receiver blocking like McCarron's, I'll tell you what, it is a luxury. A lot of those guys do not like the block downfield. He locks up with Madison again, and that enables the running back to get to the outside. Martin turns the corner for good yardage and a first down and goal.
13th play of this drive for the Jets. 7:08 and counting here in the second quarter, leading 7-0. First and goal at the 6. Pennington sends Baker in motion, doubling back to the right. Martin offset eye. Give it to Martin, running up the middle and ran in the trailer. Oh, man, it's like running into a bridge abutment. Oh, my goodness. Mawai never had a chance on that play. The center for the New York Jets, a Pro Bowler, going against Keith Traylor, who's listed. Listed is the key word. 327 is the number they put next to his name.
Well, Kevin Mawai is an all-pro center. You got to snap the football, number one, and then try to take on that nose tackle, like I said, at 337 pounds. And I'll tell you what, it's hard getting moving. You got to run a football. I think you run a little bit away from Keith Traylor.
Second and goal at the 6. Offset eye to the left this time. Give it to Martin running left. Caught from behind. Nifty defensive play. Vonnie Holiday, in his 8th year out of North Carolina, shot the gap, and Martin got about 3 steps going and then was taken down.
Well, you got defensive linemen who are, like I said, other than Traylor, are not all that big, but very quick. Holiday just gets up the field, took the inside move that time, got up the field, got penetration, and caught the play from behind.
So Blaylock is in now for the Jets as the deep back. Coles and Cribette go wide to the left. Baker and McCarron's to the right. Pennington under center on this third and goal. Drops the throw. Looks. He's in trouble. It opens up in the middle. Throws underneath. Here's Cribette. Slides at the 1. Fumble! But it's recovered by the Jets. Cribette, running a crossing pattern left to right, was about to go in the end zone and was squirming and scrambling and hit the ground and fumbled, and then Baker recovered for New York.
Yeah, Baker was right there. They're inside the 1-yard line. Everybody here wants the Jets to go for it here on 4th down. Boy, good job by Pennington. Pennington in the pocket. Looked like he was going to run with the football. Pump fake, got Taylor out of position, and Cribette, as he goes down, well, I'll tell you, that might have been a touchdown.
Herm Edwards has thrown out the red flag. He wants to challenge. He's maintaining that Cribette got in the end zone for 6.
It just depends where his knee went down. He stretched the football to the goal line. All you have to do is get the ball across the plane or to the plane of the goal line. It is, in fact, a touchdown. Cribette Going forward, his knee is down.
Oh, his knee's clearly down. It's not even close.
His knee is down, but this may change it now.
The challenge of ruling on the field. The ball carrier was down short of the goal line.
I'll tell you the interesting thing here, and also right now, Miami may want to challenge after this for the spot of the football, because I'll tell you, his knee is clearly down outside the 1 yard line.
I tell you what, you can back that up to about the 2 or 3 maybe. Take another look at it, but...
which would change the mind of Nick Saban, would change the mind of Herm Edwards, whether he wants to go for it or not.
That was a great job by Pennington to keep the play alive, because he was flushed momentarily and happened to catch Corbett. And Corbett was trying to dig and then lost his footing as he was running hard left to right. And as he made the turn, that left knee clearly was down.
You know what? Nobody hit him, though. No one hit him.
Okay.
He was not touched down, so he can, in fact, go forward. So this, in fact, could be a touchdown. He can drag all the way forward like he did, so it's very close.
Take a break. Miami trailing the Jets 7-0. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, is giving you a real deal. Right now, you can get a free game of bowling. That's right, free. Bowl and pay nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, free of charge on the house. It don't cost diddly. With the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway, just purchase a specially marked bag of Baby Ruth minis, fun size, or a 10-pack for a free game of bowling. Get yours today. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal. Free game up to $9. For details and restrictions, visit babyruth.com. Even that's free.
After 25 years of marriage, I can't imagine life without Bob. So when his doctor told him his high blood pressure and cholesterol increased his risk of a heart attack, I worried. But I feel better because his doctor recommended Bayer.
Doctors know that Bayer Low Dose can prevent 1 out of 3 heart attacks. And Bayer is the brand that more doctors take for their own hearts. Aspirin is not appropriate for everyone, so be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen. We both feel better because I take my Bayer. You'll feel better, protected by Bayer. Talk to your doctor.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. 100-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Follow every NFL game on CBSSportsLine.com. Get lightning-fast live scoring and play-by-play. When it happens on the field, the information is sent to your desktop in seconds. For NFL scores, go to CBSSportsLine.com. Now back to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL.
Welcome back to the Meadowlands, everybody. Dave Sims and Pro Football Hall of Famer Jack Ham with you as we await the result of the challenge by Herm Edwards. His contention is that although Wayne Corbett did slip at the 3-yard line, he was untouched. As he stretched, he's going to say that the ball broke the plane of the end zone for the touchdown.
Although he was covered by the linebacker coming over the top as his knee went down.
Down.
And it's covered. It's very close whether, in fact, as the linebacker coming over the top could not tell the number.
Well, here comes Ron Winter. That's the good news. I didn't put a watch on that, but that was a pretty long look at it and a long discussion. There's Ron Winter.
After review, the ball carrier with the ball in his possession touched his knee down. As he reached for the goal line, he was touched down by the defender while the ball was short of the goal line. It makes it 4th down. New York Jets are tired with a timeout.
Well, it's Junior Seau who comes from the outside and just touches him when the ball, I'll tell you what, that is such a close call.
Man, that's close.
He is untouched. All he has to do is get that football to the stripe of the goal line, and it is a touchdown.
Well, they're going to go for it. The Jets are 1 of 4. They were 1 of 3 last week on 4th down. 4th down coming up, 4th and goal, and the ball is inside the 1.
I mean, you could call that either way right now. That could have been called a touchdown or down right there. It was a split-second difference with Junior Seau coming over the top.
They got an extra offensive lineman. Goodwin's in, 2 tight ends right side. I formation, deep back Martin. Motion Baker to the left. Pennington under center. They have an overload left side. They run it left side. Martin bangs in. He didn't get it. He lost the football. Now it's caught the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. They're going to give it to him. Soul's got it. Yes, indeed. Touchdown, New York Jets.
I'll tell you right now, they are huddling up here. The officials quickly. The back judge comes over to Ron Winter. Boy, initially, I tell you, he was stopped hold right at the goal line.
Martin got hit going through the hole. I think it was at Sale or Zach Thomas.
And you can talk about his forward progress being stopped right before he crosses the goal. I mean, he stopped at about the 1 yard line.
There it is, coughed up when he got Channing Crowder, put a chokehold on Curtis Martin.
The ball was snapped on 4th down. The ball carrier, number 28, fumbled the ball forward. It was recovered by a player other than number 28. Therefore, the ball belongs to the Jets at the spot of the fumble. 4th down, goes over to Miami. 1st down at the 1 yard line.
Wow, Miami is held.
And that goes back to the Dave Casper rule many years ago for the Oakland Raiders, where he fumbled a football forward intentionally. This was not intentional, but because it was 4th down, because it was 4th down right here, and Curtis Martin fumbles the football, so ends up with on the deflection out of the air. It goes back to Miami for football.
4:55 to go in the second. Jets lead the Dolphins 7-0. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Things certainly have been rolling along at Chevy. So what makes you think we'd stop now? Introducing Chevy employee pricing for everyone on 06 full-size trucks and most remaining 05 models. At participating dealers only. Excludes Corvette and medium-duty trucks. See dealer for details. Take delivery by 9/30/05. Plus, with Chevy, the discount price is on the window. It's just that easy. No worries, no hassle. That's the Chevy Total Value Promise. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Get in the zone. AutoZone. Introducing the new AutoZone Rewards program. You can save at least $20 on stuff for your car. The more you shop at AutoZone, the more you save. Every qualifying purchase at participating AutoZone stores helps you earn free AutoZone gift cards. Save money every time you work on your car. Oil changes, tune-ups, you name it. The new AutoZone Rewards program. Some restrictions apply. For details, just get in the zone. AutoZone.
Hi, everyone. Tommy Tighe with a scoreboard update. Chargers lead the Broncos 7-3. That's in the second. Also in the second, Seahawks 14 and the Falcons nothing. Sean Alexander, a 14-yard run to put them up by 2 scores. Rams lead the Cards 10-6 in the second. Browns 10 and the Packers 7. Final scores from earlier in a game heard earlier on Westwood 1. Colts 10 and the Jaguars 3. Titans beat the Ravens for their first win 25-10. Bucks snuck off the Bills 19-3. Cadillac Williams 128 on the ground and a score. Bengals all over the Vikings 37-8. Carson Palmer with 3 touchdown passes. Dante Culpepper 5. Stadium.
All right, Tommy, thank you very much. 4:55 to go here in the second quarter. How about the Jets? 16 plays, 63 yards. They take 8:50 off the clock, and they get nada, nothing, nil, zilch. And Booker, you can't forget that one either.
And a rookie linebacker, Crowder, who's cleaning up on the play. A lot of times, guys are going so low, if you go over the top, you're going to make a go forward to get the touchdown. Crowder cleaned up on the play, then caused the fumble.
Here's Miami, 1st and 10. Ball barely reaching their own 1. Farrat. And the I formation gives it to Sammy Morris running left side, and a nice burst off a left tackle gets it out to the 5-yard line, where he got hit by Jonathan Vilma and a bunch of other New York Jets. They needed that push. Get a little operating room here. Clock continues to run at 4:37 to go in the second quarter. Jets leading 7-0.
But it does take a lot of the air out of your offense when you drive the football all the way down. Their crowd wants you to go for a 4th down, and you come up short like that.
Yeah, that's not what you're looking for. Sammy Morris, the deep back. They motion McMichael to the right. Farrat, play fake, drops into the end zone, sets up the screen to the tight end, Diamond, at the 5 to the 7, and then taken down by Victor Hobson. Victor Hobson, Lorenzo Diamond, who was waived by Arizona in May, was a 2-year man out of Auburn, 6'3", 260, and the number 2 tight end on this Miami ball club.
Very slow developing play and gave time for the linebacker Hobson to come over and make a play. I'll tell you, with Vilma and Hobson on that defense, I'll tell you the bookends of Ellis and John Abraham, that's an outstanding defense. You could run very well.
3rd and 2, Miami in its own 9. A fake, Farrat throws in a flat, and incomplete. Try to get it to Heath Evans, and the Jets are going to get some good field position. Eric Coleman. Evans, was a lead blocker for 3 years at Auburn. Played with Seattle a couple of years ago.
That's just not a good throw by Gus Rudd. Everything in rhythm and timing last week. They rushed a football, like I said, for 151 yards. Well, that's not happening here right now here in the first half of this game.
Donnie Jones about 7 yards deep in his own end zone to our left. He'll be kicking it out to Justin Miller. Good snap. Left footer gets into it. It's a low liner. Miller makes the catch 45, running left side at the 50, outside the numbers at the 45, and it's taken down from behind. A nice strong tackle in there by Miami, one of the backup linebackers. That punt went for 43 yards. With the score, Jets 7, Miami nothing. There's a break in the action. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
To prove Consort Extra Hold Hairspray for Men gives your hair good, strong hold. We tested it on sportscaster Dan Patrick.
Wow, a race car. Can I drive it?
By strapping him to the top of a 200-mile-per-hour race car.
What?
Go! There you have it. He's a little shaken up, but his hair looks great. Proof that Consort Extra Hold Hairspray gives you good, strong hold no matter what.
Consort for Men. Dan tested, man approved.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, is giving you a real deal. Right now you can get a free game of bowling. That's right, free. Bowl and pay nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, free of charge on the house. It don't cost diddly. With the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway, just purchase a specially marked bag of Baby Ruth minis, fun size, or a 10-pack for a free game of bowling. Get yours today. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal. Free game up to $9. For details and restrictions, visit babyruth.com. Even that's free.
Forgive me for being forward, but what are you people doing just sitting there? There's so many interesting places you've never been, and right now, Econo Lodge and Roadway Inn hotels are giving double easy choice stamps with every stay. That means you're 2 times closer to earning a free night. So get going and send me a postcard from someplace nice. Call 800-4CHOICE or visit choicehotels.com for the best rate guaranteed. We'll see you there.
Earn 2 stamps per night for qualifying stays between 9/1 and 11/30/05. Maximum 10 stamps per stay. For details, visit choicehotels.com.
NFL Network takes you inside the latest pro football news and coverage with NFL Total Access. Weeknights at 7 only on NFL Network. But the Jets, 84 yards rushing. Martin's got 58 of it. And Pennington, 64 yards passing on 6 of 12.
It all feeds off their running game. They got to go working here against the Dolphins here in the first half. And now with their defense 3 and out, great field position again.
1st and 10 at the Miami 43. Doug Jolly's in. First time we've seen him. Fake it to Martin running right. Now Chad Pennington rolls to his right, throws to Martin. That had to have been his check down guy because he was trying to waggle back. Channing Crowder makes the stop. Gain of about 4 to the far side near the Jet bench.
Finally, Doug Jolly in the game because reading the bio on Doug Jolly, he got 800 on his college boards in math. 800.
Ding, ding, ding.
And there was an incorrect question in the college boards, and he went to the professor, the moderator, and then ended up he was correct. He changed his score to 800. Wow. I would have taken 780.
I'd had to take it a couple of times. Here's Martin running right side across the 40, inside to about the 39-yard line. Taken down by Junior Seau. That's amazing. 800 on the math boards. Whew.
Amazing part, he's a football player.
Yeah, how about that? Out of BYU.
Yeah.
BYU proud.
A lot of the formations when they brought Jolly over, the fact they like to go to 2 tight ends with Baker in the lineup as well as Jolly. Jolly probably a better receiver downfield. Baker probably the better blocker, but they like that formation. They'll use it a lot this year.
Well, they got 3 receivers near side left. McCarron, Baker, and Cribette. Shotgun for Pennington. Drops to throw. Got time. Throws underneath and short. He's got Colson across in front of him at the 30. He's got the first down and shoved out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 1:59 to go. And we have reached the 2-minute warning with the score. Jets 7, Dolphins nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Let's go forward, shall we? And your teenager is now in their 20s, so stoned they can't move, which is how they spent college and why they didn't finish and get the job they deserved or the friends. Wish you could do it over again? You can. If you know your child is smoking pot and drinking, do something. Visit theantidrug.com or call 1-800-788-2800 because life doesn't rewind. Action, the anti-drug.
Paid for by Office of National Drug Control Policy.
Like most men, there are some things my husband just doesn't want to talk about.
Like prostate problems. But when I learned 1 in 3 men will have them.
That got him talking.
And thinking. Enough so that I switched to One-A-Day Men's.
One-A-Day Men's Health is a complete multivitamin plus lycopene, which Harvard studies suggest may help prostate health.
Some things are healthy to talk about.
No, let's talk about feelings.
Hey, one thing at a time.
One-A-Day Men's, the multivitamin with more for your health. Used with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, is giving you a real deal. Right now, you can get a free game of bowling. That's right, free. Bowl and pay nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, free of charge on the house. It don't cost diddly. With the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway, just purchase a specially marked bag of Baby Ruth minis, fun size, or a 10-pack for a free game of bowling. Get yours today. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal. Free game up to $9. For details and restrictions, visit babyruth.com. Even that's free.
It's going on now at Radio Shack.
The ultimate clearance event.
Our biggest sale in over a decade.
Get our lowest prices ever on hundreds of products.
Save on great name brands like Olympus, HP, and Sony.
Samsung, Motorola, Panasonic, and more.
From new digital cameras to wireless phones.
More products added every day, so hurry in now for your best selection.
The ultimate clearance event, now at Radio Shack.
Don't miss it.
Items limited to stock on hand. Some merchandise not available in all stores. Higher markdowns may have been taken. Well, here we go. 2-minute warning. Jets have the ball, 1st and 10 at the Miami 28-yard line. Jets lead at 7-0 on a Pennington to Cole 7-yard TD pass with 9:32 to go in the first period.
They're just dominating the Miami defense right now, but it only leads 7-0 because they had long drives but could not finish off the drives for the touchdown.
Offset eye to the left. McCarron's left, Cole's right. Baker motions right. He's the tight end. They show blitz. They bring it. Pennington hangs, fires, throws left side, throws short to McCarron. Tried to get out of bounds, and they're going to say he did get out of bounds. It looked like he was trying to plant and then stay in and buy another yard or two. He's taken down by Sam Madison.
Actually, it turned out pretty well, the fact that he was not touching it, and he ended up sliding out of bounds. A couple of guys have slipped downfield already. The Jets right now, 37 plays here in the first half. Miami, 13.
Ouch.
You can wear out a defense. Miami in that fourth quarter, it's a warm day here as well. Could be spent by the time the fourth quarter rolls around.
2nd and 3 at the 21. They motion Baker to the left, offset eye to the right. They run left, give it to Martin, cut back. Oh, baby, great defensive play in there. Vonnie Holliday, his second fine play, along with Channing Crowder. Crowder, the rookie out of Florida, 6'2", 245, and Vonnie Holliday, you've heard of him. He's with Kansas City a year ago, free agent pickup, 8th year out of North Carolina.
And Crowder's not playing like a rookie. He's not playing like a guy that's overrunning plays, running himself out of plays on fakes. I mean, he's staying in there, being patient as a linebacker, and coming up and making a lot of good plays here in the first half.
1:22 and counting, 3rd down and 5. Jets at the Miami 23 as we wind it down here in the first half. Pennington drops the throw. Throwing in the end zone. Got a man down there. Knocked away. Incomplete. In fact, it was a better defensive play by McCarron, who was the intended receiver, because there was decent position by Travis Daniels, the rookie out of LSU, on the coverage.
Well, Daniels got his head turned around. The ball's coming downfield, and I'm sure in that secondary, a lot of the defenders are calling ball down the field in the middle, and he turns back. There is contact downfield. Ball's thrown over the top. Daniels does a great job of getting inside position.
42-yard attempt coming up from Mike Nugent, All-American out of Ohio State. He missed from 28 yards last week, had it blocked. He slipped on the coverage. Snap placement kick, plenty of leg, end over end, and it is good. With the score, Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. There's a break in the action. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One. Well, the Jets come away with some points. A 41-yard Mike Nugent field goal to take a 10-0 lead here in the second quarter with 1:02 to go.
Okay, points are hard to come by right now. It looks like a game's going to be a low-scoring game, so the idea of putting it on 2 scores right now, Miami offensively, they really have not done much the entire day, other than the fact that a missed field goal attempt they've had here in the first half. So the Jets have dominated in time of possession and amount of plays.
Welker and Minor deep to receive. This kick from Nugent. It'll be Wes Welker at the 6, far side left, 10, 15, 20. Coming near side to right. At the 20, at the 18-yard line, now to the 20, 21-yard line. And he's taken down there. Reminder, stay tuned for the halftime report with Tommy Tighe. Tommy's going to check all the scores from around the league from week 2 of the NFL season. Coming up at the half, Eric Coleman making the tackle for the Jets on that kickoff. So Miami with a 1st and 10 at its own 21, going left to right. Dolphins have 3 timeouts remaining. Jets have 2.
Dolphins 68 total yards here in the first half. Far cry from what they were able to do against Denver last week in their opener.
Nickelbacks in there for the Jets on the draw. They run up the middle and taking that quickly. Eric Barton on the stop against Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown with the carry. And no gain.
But Barton was right in a huge hole that time. You got a guy number 2 pick in the draft. Looks like I had a chance maybe to go and make a big play off the right tackle.
With the score, Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. There's a break in the action. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
And now, a message from former Presidents Bush and Clinton.
We're calling on all Americans to help those affected by Hurricane Katrina.
America has a rich history of responding to tragedy with great compassion, and we must again rise to the challenge.
Whether you donate money or volunteer your time, we all have the power to make a difference.
Join the NFL and help our Gulf Coast neighbors recover and rebuild. Thank you for your support.
Log on to bushclintonkatrinafund.org.
Jets have a 10-0 lead here at home at the Meadowlands against the Miami Dolphins. How about the Jets dominating time of possession, 18 minutes and 49 seconds. Wow. And Ronnie Brown, defensively, the Jets have done a nice job on Ronnie Brown, just 6 carries for 8 yards.
And right now here with Nick Saban at the end of the half, he does not have an offense that can strike very, very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised with 46 seconds he tries to run this block out, although he's got a bunch of wide receivers out there right now.
2nd down at 10, Miami at its own 21. Barat in the shotgun, takes the snap, gives it to Brown on a trap. And Brown trying to go to his left, spun down hard. Got hit by Kerry Rhodes, the rookie strong safety out of Louisville. Clock will continue to run at 33 seconds. Jack, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, if you had an offense where you had gifted wide receiver and get downfield, I mean, they've got to, run the football, play action. That's how they move the ball downfield. You try to have Gus Rod do something right here at the end of the half that he's not comfortable doing. All of a sudden, you could be very quickly down 17-0.
7 rushes, 15 yards for Ronnie Brown. And it was back in the olden days with Mr. Marino. They would have had about 8 passes off by now. 8 seconds ago, 7 for Rott. 5 seconds on the play clock, takes a deep drop out of the shotgun. He throws it short. One-handed catch right in. Gets swarmed under and laid out at the 35-yard line, and he's slow to get up. He got hit by 3 players. That was a heck of a play. Derek Strait, Eric Barton were 2 of the 3 players in there to get that Randy McMichael, and he is still down. That's the end of the first half of the score. Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. When we return, Tommy Tighe joins us with the halftime report. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, Bob, you just sold your home, right? How'd it go?
Jim, you gotta call Bossart Realty Services. Let me tell you, this company sold our home in less than 30 days, and I couldn't believe the price they were able to get. Plus, they found us the home of our dreams, and we were able to finance the purchase and close on the transaction, all at the same company.
Wow, that sounds like just what we need.
Yeah, Bossart Realty has my business for life. You don't want to mess around when it comes to something as valuable as your home. If I were you, I'd call them today.
Call Bossart Realty at 371-6100 for all your real estate needs.
Last year, they called Lost TV's most gripping new series.
Blew the door to get everyone inside this thing so they'd be safe.
This year, prepare to get hooked even deeper.
What makes you think I even want to go in?
Because going in might be the only way out.
This Wednesday, the stranded survivors uncover one of the island's biggest secrets.
I think something's down here!
Lost.
You better see this.
The new season begins Wednesday, 9/8 Central, only on BBC.
Time to get a grip on what's going on around the country for week number 2 in the National Football League. Brought to you by Channel Lock Pliers. Get a grip. The spirit of St. Louis was low, being silenced by San Francisco in their opener a week ago. Road Warriors, for a second straight week, they went on an early rampage.
1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Bulger back, firing the middle. Torrey Holt got it, makes the cut, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis Rams. 19-yard strike, Mark Bulger to Torrey Holt.
The quick strike offense shuffling the cards early. Steve Savard on KLOU 103.3 Rams Radio. And at the moment, they're at the half. 10-6 is the score. That's the lone touchdown of the game. Both quarterbacks with 115 yards passing, Mark Bolger and Kurt Warner. While the Rams had all their guns, Brett Favre was without some of his arsenal, losing Pro Bowl wide receiver Javon Walker to a knee injury a week ago. Not that things like that slow him down any.
Ferguson split right. Green the lone setback. And Brett takes straight back to throw. In the pocket, dumps it underneath. He's got Driver on a cross, cutting right to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. High step, end zone, touchdown!
Wayne Larrabee, WTMJ Packer Radio, but that's the lone highlight so far for the home team. They trail the Browns at the half by the score of 13-7. Just starting the third quarter in Seattle, Seahawks 21 and the Falcons nothing. Michael Vick only 35 yards passing in this one. Matt Hasselbeck 13 of 16, 192, and a pair of touchdown passes. Sean Alexander a 14-yard touchdown run, 90 yards for him in the first half. Also at the half, Chargers lead the Broncos 14-3. LaDainian Tomlinson a 16-yard and a 4-yard touchdown run. That's 14 straight games. He has a rushing touchdown. That a new NFL record. Also on the scoreboard, Willie Parker, 111 on the ground. Ben Roethlisberger throws 2 touchdowns to Hines Ward. The Steelers crushed the Texans 27-7, 8 sacks and a fumble for David Carr. Eagles 42 and the 49ers 3. Donovan McNabb, 23 of 29, 342 in the air, and 5 touchdown passes. That ties his best of all time. Bears beat the Lions 38-6. Thomas Jones, 139 on the ground, a pair of scores. Panthers rally to beat the Patriots 27-17. Stephen Davis with 3 one-yard touchdown runs. First back to do that against the world champion since Curtis Martin in 2000. Bengals all over the Vikings 37-8. Carson Palmer 337 in the air and 3 touchdown passes. Dante Culpepper 5 interceptions, 7 turnovers for Minnesota in all. Bucks now 2-0 for the first time since the year 2000. They beat the Bills 19-3. Cadillac Williams 128 on the ground on the score. Titans hold off the Ravens 25-10. Jamal Lewis in that one, 10 carries, only 9 yards, 14 yards rushing for Baltimore as a team. And the Colts beat the Jaguars 10-3. Edgerrin James 128, only 122 yards passing for Peyton Manning. But Indianapolis is now 2-0, both games in the division. When we return, I'll walk the green mile. Kansas City quarterback Trent Green joins me next. Our halftime score, Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Gentlemen, you sit in this locker room with towels draped over your bowed heads because some scoreboard says you're not winners. Kia Motors says otherwise. We say you're a team full of winners about to happen. What would lift the morale of any one of you? A new SUV. The Kia Sorento is a quality, mid-sized sport utility stronger than any linebacker in the game with standard V6 power, 8-speaker CD sound, side curtain airbags, all backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program. And Sorento starts at under $20,000. So dump that cooler of sports drink on your heads like the winners you're about to be and head down to your Kia dealer today.
MSRP for Sorento-based model is $19,665, including freight, excluding taxes, title, license, options, and retailer charges. Actual prices set by retailer. See retailer for limited powertrain warranty details or go to kia.com.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico, 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Listen up, team. It's a tight game. Let me diagram a play for the second half. Where's my chalk?
I'll use my antacids, Coach. They're really chalky.
They sure are. Try my Rolade soft juice.
These aren't like regular antacids.
Rolade soft chews are chewy, not chalky, with a taste and texture antacid users prefer to Tums EX.
Wow, Rolade soft chews work fast on my heartburn.
And your antacids ain't bad on the blackboard.
Rolade soft chews. Chewy, not chalky. Preference based on consumer test. Use as directed.
Welcome back, everybody. Tommy Tighe with the NFL on Westwood One halftime report. Our score through 30, the New York Jets 10, Miami nothing. It's one thing playing pro football with nagging injuries or coming back off major surgery to correct a broken bone or a ripped ligament. But when I heard the word stent in his leg needing blood thinners, that sent up red flags towards the health of Kansas City quarterback Trent Green. But there he is lining up under center tonight as Kansas City grounded the Jets a week ago. Now they take on the Oakland Raiders. I caught up with one of the league's top signal callers, and I asked him about his physical situation now. Considering he's back out on the field, how serious was it?
Well, you know what? Anytime you have a problem that requires a stent,
extent, it can be a good thing. But all the people that I've consulted with, the doctors I've dealt with, the fact it's a stent in my leg and not necessarily my heart or my neck or any other problem that you would normally associate a stent with, I feel pretty confident, or I feel very confident that there's not going to be any side effects or any problems with it. The blood thinners was something that they wanted me on for the first 10 days or so. I got off of it the middle of last week and was able to play on Sunday against the Jets, and it's not something that I'm going to go back on. I just basically have to stay on aspirin for the rest of my life and continue to get checkups, but everybody's assured me that I'm not at any greater risk now than I would have been prior to having it put in.
Yeah, it doesn't look like personally it really bothered you that much on the field, did it?
No, it didn't. The only time I really think about it is before the game. I had every team doctor we have come by and let me feel the pulse in your leg, let me check out your feet, let me, all that, but for the most part, having dealt with, all the knee surgeries and the injuries I went through there, this was kind of a 2-day procedure where I was able to come back and practice within 4 or 5 days. So in my mind, this was pretty easy compared to the 2 years I had to do with the other stuff.
Quarterback is a glamorous position, but sometimes it comes with a price. We wish quarterback Trent Green, one of the league's nice guys, really well involved in over 20 charities in the Midwest. He'll be in the Bay Area this evening with Joe Myers and John Riggins. Chiefs-Raiders, always a bit feisty, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Our halftime score, Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. When we return, we'll rejoin Dave Sims and Jack Ham at Giant Stadium. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Attention Sun State Federal Credit Union members. Lobby service has been restored in a modular building set up at Sun State's downtown Gainesville location. This facility is open for regular office hours and will remain in place at 405 Southeast 2nd Place until reconstruction of the permanent lobby is complete. The modular building also features a walk-up ATM. Please visit www.sunstatefcu.org for updates on the main office reconstruction and efforts to reopen drive-thru service in downtown.
Craft Motor Cars is now the all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. New owners, new attitude, and a whole new way of serving our customers. Stop by and check out our huge selection of brand new Mercedes-Benz, Jeeps, and Buick, as well as an incredible selection of quality pre-owned vehicles at prices you just have to see to believe. We've extended the hours for sales and service to help accommodate our customers. Shop online at DuvalMotorCars.com or by phone at 888-GATORS-0 or in person. Come in and pick out your car, and we'll have a price and payment for you in just 15 minutes. The all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. I-75 at 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Hello, I'm Dixie Carter, and I want to tell you a story my father has told us many times over the years. In World War II, he and 5 other soldiers were camped out in France. Planes dropping bombs overhead, freezing cold. Then out of the falling snow, a truck appeared. 2 men jumped out with steaming hot coffee and hot donuts. It was the Salvation Army, bringing help and hope. That's what the Salvation Army does to this day. They quietly go about helping children and families, responding to national disasters, feeding the hungry, providing shelter for the homeless. You can help them continue to do their good work and guarantee yourself a lifetime income with a charitable gift annuity, fully guaranteed by the Salvation Army. You get a lifetime return for yourself and for the Salvation Army. So please consider a charitable gift annuity. Call today. Thank you.
Call 1-800-280-2771 for confidential information or visit ArmyAnnuity.com.
This is AM 850 WRUF Gainesville.
CBSSportsLine.com writers bring you sports news and information first. They tell the big stories, then tell you what they think. No topic is off limits. No opinion too controversial. Get the latest sports news and commentary at CBSSportsLine.com. Time for the second half kickoff of the NFL on Westwood One.
Back here at the Meadowlands, Jets lead Miami by the count of 10-0. Dave Sims and Jack Ham with you as the Jets honor Mo Lewis and Marvin Jones. Their numbers being retired here in their ceremonies. But I tell you what, offensively today, underwhelming by both clubs.
Well, I think, first of all, the quarterbacks. I mean, Gus Frerotte, 7 for 14 for 53 yards. Pennington, 9 for 18 for 85. But, for the Jets, they win with Curtis Martin. 18 rushes for 58 yards in the first half. Going to run the football a little bit more. Even Pennington ran the ball at one time for 12 yards. But Curtis Martin getting involved for the most part. The Jets had opportunity to put more points on the board in the first half. Were stopped a couple of times. But, they got the Miami Dolphins, I think, where they want them. Offensively for the Dolphins, they just unable to do anything here offensively. So 10 points, they couldn't, in fact, hold up in a game like this, especially the way the Miami offense is playing.
We want to keep an eye out down on the sideline for Randy McMichael, the outstanding tight end for Miami. The last play of the game, he was ran an underneath route and got triple team, blasted down, and got up slowly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's with Nick Saban deciding, hey, let's just run out the clock and get out of here.
The other two plays, they were running the football, taking their time in a huddle. And, you know, you're not going to get a bomb downfield. Like I said, if you're around a 50-yard line, maybe you throw it in the end zone. But you're not even trying to score there, and you may have your tight end hurt on a play like that. It's a 7-yard curl pattern to the outside, and it may in fact hurt your tight end.
Well, Mike Nugent is in the process of teeing it up. Outstanding All-American, the MVP at Ohio State a year ago, Wes Welker, is deep to receive along with Travis Minor. Jets 10-0 over the Dolphins. Here's Nugent on the approach, puts his right foot into it, high end over end kick going right to left. It drives Welker a yard deep in the end zone, going to bring it out. Left side, 5-10, 15 coming to his right, it's to 20, and then tripped down. A glancing blow in there by Barry Gardner slows him up. Former Brown out of Northwestern University, and Miami's going to put it in play. 1st and 10. They're going to mark it, let's see, just over the 20, let's call it right at the 21-yard line.
Let's see now if Miami tries to get, Ronnie Brown more involved running with the football. Really did not have, a very good first half at all running the ball. 7 rushes for 15 yards. That's not exactly getting the running game working.
Brown opens as the sole setback. And motion Chambers to the left. Farrat, the quarterback, on a straight drop, quick out, right side. He's got Diamond, and the number 2 tight end takes it across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. James Reed makes the stop for the New York Jets. Jets with a 7-yard TD pass, Pennington to Coles. 9:32 to go in the first. And then in the second quarter, at the 10:20 mark, Nugent hit a 41-yard field goal, capping a 7-play, 19-yard drive in 2:21. Don't forget, the Jets had a drive that went almost 8 minutes and came away with nothing. 10-0 Jets. 2nd down and 3, Miami. At its own 28-yard line. McMichael resets right side, I formation. Farrat turns, gives it to Brown left side. Couple of yards, wrestles his way across the 30, brought down by Jonathan Vilma. Vilma with 12 tackles, lead the team last year, the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2004.
And Herm Edwards is absolutely thrilled with Jonathan Vilma. What he's brought, the leadership after only 1 year in the league, his work ethic, trying to get better and better, working at his technique. He realizes he has got to get better in the pass defense as well. That time, he just hit the offensive lineman, took the gap, and ended up making the play.
That was a 1st down run for Ronnie Brown. 1st and 10, Miami at its own 32, going left to right. Game being played in shade here now as the sun has moved on, but still a gorgeous day. Farrat throw, and incomplete as he threw an out pass to the far left side to McMichael. Randy McMichael couldn't make the catch, was low and away. Kerry Rhodes was covering for the Jets. Well, Gus Farrat had a big day last week. 24 for 36, 275, 2 touches and a pick. Not near as sharp today.
No, I mean, they had the running game working last week, like I said, for 151 yards. They had balance in their offense, and they're being aggressive going downfield. They really not try to stretch the defense much at all. I mean, there's a good defensive front 4, but they have not challenged the secondary at all.
2nd down and 10, Miami at its own 32. Short drop, short slant, pattern, incomplete, penalty flag. Tried to get it to Chambers on a quick slant. Ty Law covering on the play. There was a stretch where they went after Law a bunch, and then they went away from him.
Well, in the first drive, Law was playing off quite a bit. Now he's really come up with on the coverage right on top of Chambers that time. That quick in route, that skinny post you try to run, that eye cut inside. Here's the call.
Holding. Defense number 24. 5-yard penalty. Got a 1st down.
It's a penalty against Ty Law.
And speaking of Ty Law, I mean, he is really coming back from an injury that occurred last year in Pittsburgh. He got hurt in the Pittsburgh game. He was not touched. The field in Pittsburgh, he ended up going down and having that foot injury that took surgery and the whole entire offseason. And they were not sure he could be able to come back and play, but he worked himself back into shape. Still not 100%.
1st down, Dolphins at their own 37, 1st and 10. Farrat short drop. Look left side, throw it outside and to the far side. And he's got to catch to David Boston. Back after being IR'd a year ago with a knee injury that occurred in practice. 7-year man out of Ohio State.
And David Boston is a guy from Arizona, and a lot of teams he's been with right now where people have waited for this guy with the greatest potential, big receiver, to fulfill that potential, and still really in his career he has really not done that. I think he's also a little bit too big as a wide receiver. Looks more like a tight end out there.
Sure does. Second down and 4. Miami in its own 43. A motion Chambers near side right. Farrat. Stretch play running left side. That's Sammy Morris. And Morris, penalty flag coming in. Morris run out of bounds hard at the Jet sideline. Got enough for the first down, but let's see what the flag's all about. So Sammy Morris, 6-year man from Texas Tech, leading rusher a year ago, 523 yards.
During the run, holding. Penalty. Repeat second down.
David Boston. We're just talking about him. Had a catch for 8 yards last week. He's called for the hold. Boston did have a good preseason with 12 catches. But you're right. I remember talking to James Lofton a couple of years ago in San Diego, and I said, I can't believe how big this kid is.
Right. And you're going up against guys who run, they'll play off, and they run a 4-3, 4-4, the cornerbacks you're going up against, so they won't get into a physical play with you, but he's not quick enough to get away from anybody in that defensive back.
Second and 14, Miami in its own 33. Shovel pass, dropped by Brown, gets on it. Did he recover it? I'm going to say incomplete pass. Absolutely. It was recovered by Brian Thomas. But Farrat and Ronnie Brown making a bad connection there. Ronnie Brown
touched the ground. It's an incomplete pass.
Ronnie Brown was with Auburn in his college days, teamed with Cadillac Williams. Saw them last year in the SEC title game when they beat Tennessee. What a tandem.
Yeah, Ronnie Brown, he knew he was going to get the shovel pass. He never even turned his head back. He was in position to make a play. If he ends up just turn his head and catch a football, bounce right off his hip for an incomplete pass.
Third and 14 for Miami. At its own 33, they operate from the left hash. Out of the shotgun, Farrat retreats. In trouble. Runs up the middle, steps, fires deep down the middle. Got a man down there, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it to Boston, and one of the Jets had his hands on the ball.
Almost deflected back to Coleman.
Yeah, David Barrett was there.
Barrett looked like he deflected it back to Coleman, and Coleman had a chance for the interception, and it goes off his hands. In fact, Barrett gets his hands in on Coleman as well. I mean, he's defending two different guys. One of them is his own guy.
Should have had that. That was an available ball. Here's Donnie Jones to punt, standing inside his own 20. Good snap. Gets a dying quail there that bounces at about the 34 and runs parallel towards the Miami sideline. They have a hang time of just 3 seconds. It covered 33 yards. 12:13 to go in the third. Miami trailing here in New York 10-0 to the Jets. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Have you heard about the Florida Citizens Bank ATM right across from the university on University Avenue at the Target Copy Center? It's spitting out $50 bills. That's right. Carl Walls, the president, has made some big mistake. He's loaded $50 bills in with all the 20s. So when you go to the Target Copy Center and make some copies, maybe get a cup of coffee, go to the Florida Citizens Bank ATM right there, because along with the 20s, you just might get a $50 bill. It's your gift from Florida Citizens Bank. That ATM at the Target Copy Center on University Avenue, it's spitting out 50s.
What do facial redness, bumps or pimples, and eye irritation have in common? Each can be a sign of rosacea, a potentially serious disorder that affects 14 million Americans. If you have signs of rosacea, see a dermatologist or call the National Rosacea Society toll-free at 1-888-NO-BLUSH.
Join me, Jim Bohannon, weeknights at 10 for the Jim Bohannon Show on AM 850 WRUF, your hometown station. WRUF, Gainesville.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
The NFL and Westwood One is brought to you by the WRUF Sports Club members, Duval Motor Cars, Boss Hart Realty Services, and Florida Citizens Bank.
Hey friends, it may just be September, but it's never too early to start thinking about heading to Hawaii for the NFL season-ending celebration. It's the annual Pro Bowl, and this year's game will be played Sunday, February 12th, 2006. For more information on how you can head to Honolulu and enjoy the sun, surf, and the Pro Bowl week festivities, call Pleasant Holidays at 1-800-5-HAWAII. That's 1-800-5-HAWAII, and we hope to see you there. Dave Sims and Jack Ham with you. Jets going to take over. And they'll have the ball in play at their own 34-yard line as they go right to left across your radio dial here in the third quarter, leading 10-0. Pennington under center. McCarron's motions to the far side right. Pennington with a 5-step drop. Blitz is picked up. The second blitzer gets in and gets him back at the 25-yard line. Outstanding play in there.
Looked like Carter.
Yeah, Kevin Carter, the former Tennessee Titan. Wow.
Well, I tell you, a quarterback like Pennington, who's not that big, Carter, a big defensive end coming up the field. Pennington looking downfield. Carter takes the inside gap. When you take an inside gap on your offensive lineman, you're in that backfield to the quarterback very quickly. And Pennington actually got hit up around the head and the shoulder pad area and went down.
Zach Thomas was the first blitzer. Curtis Martin picked him up. 9-yard loss. 2nd and 18 at the 26. Out of the eye. Outside eye. Caught from behind is Martin. A nice play by Jason Taylor. Scraping down the line. And he catches Martin for no gain.
I'll tell you, playing off the edge and as a stand-up defensive end or linebacker, I'll tell you, Jason Taylor has really fallen in love with his 3-4 defense they've now implemented here in Miami. He's a free rusher off the edge. He does not always have to go up against big offensive tackles or 330 pounds. He's about a 255-pound player who plays with a lot of speed and quickness.
Based on what he did last week and what he's done to this point, I want to take my pen, not a pencil, and ink him in for a Pro Bowl spot. 3rd and 18 at the 26. Shotgun. Pennington has time, throws it over across his body to his safety valve, Curtis Martin at the 29, taken down there. Great defensive stand. Zach Thomas caps it off by tackling Curtis Martin. Great job by the Miami defense.
Yeah, the defense that are big play people on defense. Jason Taylor making plays. Zach Thomas last week on the goal line. Zach Thomas made 3 plays in a row on the goal line when Denver was trying to score and get back into the football game. And Sam Madison, that is still a very good defense for the Dolphins.
And Graham on. Welker back to the 25 far side outside the numbers, trying to turn the corner, gets a block, and then hit down hard. I mean, just popped the far side. You can hear it at the Jet bench. A punt of 45 yards, a return of 6. Timeout, 10:18 to go in the third. Jets lead the Dolphins 10-0. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hi, I'm Brooke Bass with Bossart Realty Services. I want to tell you about the Links at Hale Plantation, a place to enjoy an active lifestyle of golf, tennis, and miles of bike trails. Walk to Hale Village's quaint shops and restaurants or catch a football shuttle to Gator games. The Links has 1, 2, and 3-bedroom condominiums, many with wonderful golf course views. Enjoy the pool, clubhouse, exercise room with membership opportunities to the Hale Golf and Country Club. Call Brooke or Gary at 335-8011. That's 335-8011 to reserve your new home at the Links.
If you are 55 or older, you could be at risk for age-related macular degeneration, also known as AMD, the leading cause of blindness in older Americans. AMD can cause blurring of central vision, distortion, and blind spots. The disease can make it difficult to read, drive, or even see the faces of loved ones, and it can often result in a loss of independence. But there is hope. There are medical treatments available, and also things you can do to help preserve your vision, such as dietary and lifestyle changes. The Foundation Fighting Blindness and the AMD Alliance are working together to provide answers for those affected and for those at risk. For a free packet with the latest information on preventions and treatments for macular degeneration, call 1-800-734-2005. That number again is 1-800-734-2005.
Tomorrow night, tune in to Westwood One for a special primetime doubleheader. First, it'll be the New Orleans Saints against the New York Giants. I'll be covering that game along with John Dockery. Then Marv Albert, Boomer Esiason will have the Washington at Dallas game. We'll have live coverage of both games for you beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Dave Sims with Jack Ham. 10-0 Jets here in the third, 10:18 to go. Miami takes over first and 10 at its own 32-yard line. Sammy Morris is the deep back behind Gus Frerotte. Ferratte's going to take it, drop the throw. Throw it in a flat, get it to his tight end, Lorenzo Diamond. And not much doing there as he got it close to the 35 to the 34-yard line. Eric Barton with the tackle. This has not been a dynamic offensive performance, particularly through the air for Miami.
No, not at all. The wide receivers have only caught 3 balls for 22 yards. You got to stretch this defense downfield. The longest play they have in the passing game is 11 yards, and that's a tight end catching the ball and running 5 yards after the catch. They have got to go maximum protection and try to go deep.
2nd down and 6, Miami at its own 36. Farrat stops, throws left side and out, and diving catch far side for the first down for Miami. Marty Booker with the catch, running down the sideline in front of the Jet bench, takes it into Jet territory at the 43-yard line. David Barrett was the closest defender there.
I'll tell you, Booker does a good job. No, he did not get jammed by Barrett at the line of scrimmage. When you get clean like that and get up the field along the sideline, the safety doesn't have time to come over the top and make a play, and Booker made the catch along the sideline.
21 yards on the gain, 1st and 10 at the Jet 43. Chambers motions left. They have 3 receivers left side. On the reverse, Welker coming back to the right. Jets were waiting for it. Welker snowed under back to the 45. He'll lose 3.
Okay, Jonathan Vilma, he's the guy that made the play because he read it, he saw the reverse coming, he got penetration, and he just got up the field, and that is also a flag down as well, but Jonathan Vilma just comes through and really stops that play.
Wes Welker had like no shot as soon as he got his hands on the ball.
Holding. Offense number 68. 10-yard penalty.
Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened last week in the Denver game with Miami when Miami played so well. But this is really the offense that I saw in the preseason with Miami, and the problem that Nick Saban had with the offense with Gus Frerotte. He was not sure who was going to end up being the quarterback. He finally named Gus Frerotte the quarterback over A.J. Feely, but it has not worked today.
1st and 20, Miami. Back at its own 47. Play fake. Frerotte deep drop. Throws an out and a sliding, diving, catching, and bobbled. Out of bounds by Chris Chambers. Incomplete. Right at the 36-yard line, near side at the Miami bench. Pretty good pressure by John Abraham against Gus Frerotte.
Well, Chambers comes down on Ty Law. Ty Law again playing very deep off about 6-7 yards. Well, that ball is right there.
Got to catch that.
I mean, you're on the sideline. You break your pattern off because Law has the deep 130. He's not going to allow you to go deep downfield. I mean, you break it off right there. You make a catch for a first down. You got to make that catch every time.
Nickel defense in for the Jets. 2nd and 20. Miami at its own 47. McMichael motion, stays now on the right side. On the delay, go left side to Morris. And he falls forward across the 50 to about the 48-yard line where Jonathan Vilma brings him down. 8:24 to go and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Jets 10-0 over the Dolphins. Pennington to Coles in the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter, Nugent a 41-yard field goal. That
right now, I mean, they're on defense here, but when they get to offensively get to football, I mean, he may think he's got 10 points is enough in this game right now, and you don't want to push the envelope with your offense. So we'll see what happens on his drive. It's a critical drive for that Miami offense.
Under 8 to play in the 3rd. 3rd and 14. Miami at its own 47. Shotgun for Frerotte. 4-man rush. He's got time. Now steps up, swings it in a flat, then dropped by Morris left side at about the 48-yard line. He was trying to figure out. He was figuring what he was going to do. Just forgot to catch the football.
Well, even if he catches the ball out in the flat, they're playing that zone defense. They're going to come up and make the tackle, and it's going to be a 4th down situation. Like I said, in the passing game, they got one play here for 21 yards, but I mean, you've got to at least challenge that secondary. Those safeties have not had to make a play in the passing game the entire day.
Donnie Jones, the punt. Standing in his own 39. Good snap. Left footer gets into it. McCarron's back to get it. And he'll watch it hit at the 3 and then go. Wow, that did go out of bounds. Yes, it did. Great job by Donnie Jones. A 46-yard punt pins the Jets at the 2-yard line. Jets lead at 10-0 here in the 3rd over Miami. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
If you're looking for answers from an auto parts store, get ready. Advance Auto Parts is working harder to help you save money by doing it yourself. Get ready for ASE certified experts who are ready to help. Get ready for in-depth information from our free do-it-yourself brochures. Get ready for Advanced TV, our exclusive in-store video network that will have you going from no way to knowing how in no time. For all the advice you'll ever need, the first place to go is Advance Auto Parts.
We're ready in advance.
So your kid's smoking pot, and now you're afraid to say something because they might push you away. Maybe this will help you out.
Oh, I hate you!
You went through my room?
It's just a little pot. You're grounding me?
It's just a little pot!
Get used to it. When your kid's trying pot, you have to say something, no matter how they might react. Because to help them with their problem, first you have to get over yours. Action, the anti-drug.
For more information, visit theantidrug.com or call 1-800-788-2800. Sponsored by the ONDCP and the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tommy Tighe. Let's check the Wrangler NFL scoreboard, brought to you by Wrangler, makers of 5-star premium denim jeans, built strong, built comfortable, built right. Third quarter in Denver, Chargers lead the Broncos 14-10, 2 LaDainian Tomlinson touchdowns. Seahawks 21 and the Falcons 10. Falcons coming back. Victor Finneran 4 yards and a field goal just moments ago to cut the deficit from 21-0 to only 11 points. Rams lead the Cardinals 17-9 in the third. Steven Jackson scoring from 7 yards out. Browns lead the Packers in Green Bay 13-7. Other final scores: Colts hold off the Jags 10-3. Eagles all over the 49ers 42-3. Donovan McNabb throwing 5 touchdown passes. Bears 38 and the Lions 6. Panthers 27, Patriots 17. Stephen Davis with 3 touchdowns in that one. Bengals 37 and the Vikings 8. Carson Palmer 27 of 40, 337 and 3 touchdown passes, while the Vikings 7 turnovers, 5 INTs for Dante Culpepper. That a career worst. Now back to Dave Sims and Jack Ham at the Meadowlands.
Thank you, Thomas. First and 10 Jets at their own 2, leading 10-0 here in the third. Run straight up the gut with Curtis Martin. Good leg drive. Gets him across the 5 to the 7-yard line. He carried Channing Crowder along with Jeff Scanina in on the stop. But good leg drive by Curtis Martin. Came in with 423 yards. 4th all-time in the National Football League rushing annals.
And this is where you earn your money, backed up at your own goal line. You know you want to run the football to get out right now. You have a 10-0 lead, so you don't want to put the ball up for grabs. And you try to power football with your offensive line. So on a first down run where Dolphins are thinking run, that was a win by the Jet offensive line.
Jets have to hustle up to the line. Play clock at 5. Pennington with 4, 3, 2, get it snapped, run straight up the gut. Martin, oh, what a collision. Woo! That was a football play, folks. Junior Seau, Zach Thomas, my goodness.
I'll tell you, talk about bodies flying in there. Active linebackers for the Dolphins. You know, the defensive line, keep those guys kind of clean on the inside, but I'll tell you, Junior Seau still flying around there like crazy out there for the Miami Dolphins. Ends up making a play. 36-year-old linebacker, 16 years in the league.
A couple of years ago, we did a game in San Diego when he was still there. His pregame warm-up was awesome. 4 of 9 on 3rd down. That's what the Jets have put up to this point. They look at a 3rd and 5 at their own 7. Pennington under center, drops the throw. Pretty good pocket. Got time. Throws a sideline ball. Waiting for the ball is Coles, far side. 30, ran out of bounds. 35-yard line. First down, New York Jets. They'll mark him to the 32, a gain of 28. So Coles beat his man badly over there. Reggie Howard covering. And Coles was out there waiting for the football from Pennington.
Kerry Rhodes was on the outside that time. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about embarrassment this time? He ends up falling down at the line of scrimmage. Your defensive back falls down like that. Coles ends up going down the sideline, making a catch, sat down before the safety came over the top to make the play, and a big first down.
2 tight ends. Doug Jolly's on the right side, Baker on the left side. First and 10 Jets at their own 32, leading 10-0 midway through the third. Pennington looks right, throws right, and a horrible throw trying to get it to Jolly on a short out. Listen to NFL Insider Radio live on NFL.com from 3 to 5 p.m. every Thursday. Or you can also hear it each weekend on many of these same Westwood One stations. Check your local listings for more details or log on to NFL.com.
Well, it almost looked like Jason Taylor was lined up at left defensive end, almost may have tipped that ball in a quick 3-step drop. Jason Taylor, very athletic, jumped up in the air. I think he may have got a piece of that football.
Second down and 10. Quick snap. Give it to Martin running left side. Oh, you heard that collision. Woo-wee! Zach Thomas along with Jason Taylor.
I'll tell you, you talk about the 2 big league players on defense. Thomas from the inside. That time, Jason Taylor lines it right defensive end. He squeezes from the outside in. And I'll tell you, Zach Thomas is coming like a maniac making that play. And you're right, we are a long way from that field, and we heard that one.
You know how when you take a car door and slam it real hard, bang, that's what it sounded like. 22 rushes, 60 yards for Curtis Martin. Clock runs at 5:24. Jets 10-0 here in the third over Miami. McCarron's and Corbett, far side right, shotgun formation. Here's Corbett in motion towards the left. Pennington takes the snap, looks right, throws to Corbett. And he is rodeoed down after a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards. Brought down by Travis Daniels, the rookie from LSU. Not a good-looking series, and the Jet fans voiced their displeasure.
Well, you know what? They may be displeased with the offense right now, but Herm Edwards, that's pretty smart. You have a 10-0 lead. You got out from underneath your own end zone, and right now you punt the football away, and until that Dolphin offense does something, I'm playing defense on it.
Ben Graham, left-footed Australian, bangs it down. It's about the 22-yard line. Wes Welker, great play down there. Nowhere to run. Jericho Cotry with the tackle. And we'll take a break with the Jets leading 10-0. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
To prove Consort Hair Care for Men has everything you need to keep your hair looking good no matter what, we're testing it on sportscaster Dan Patrick.
Wow. How are you going to prove that?
By telling an entire pro baseball team that Dan Patrick thinks they're overpaid little leaguers. There you have it. He's beat to a pulp, but his hair looks great. Proof that Consort, never stiff, never sticky, keeps hair looking good no matter what your man day throws at you.
Consort for Men. Dan tested, man approved.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico, 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Is it just me, or are some rewards programs not so rewarding? I mean, don't tease me with free things I'll never get. Thank goodness for Econo Lodge and Roadway Inn hotels. Right now you can earn double Easy Choice stamps with every stay, so you're 2 times closer to a free night. Now that's a rewarding rewards program. Call 800-4CHOICE or visit choicehotels.com for the best rate guaranteed. We'll see you there.
Earn 2 stamps per night for qualifying stays between 9/1 and 11/30/05. Maximum 10 stamps per stay. For details, visit choicehotels.com.
Looking for great jeans at a great value? Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans are built strong, built comfortable, built right. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans. Now back to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NFL.
All right, 4:36 to go in the third. Jets 10-0 over Miami. Miami's offense hasn't been much of a threat today. Here's Farrat looking for something over the middle. Throws it down over the far sideline. Intended for his fullback, Heath Evans, who snuck out of the backfield, and he overthrew him, incomplete. Jonathan Vilma covering. And he had help from David Barrett.
Yeah, Jonathan Vilma can play the run very well. Like I said, he looks like about a 4 or 5 year veteran in the National Football League. The way he plays, a mental part of the game. He does not make any mistakes, calls all the defensive signals for that Jet defense. That time, man-to-man coverage. A lot of times, a linebacker is a liability in the passing game. Not the case for Jonathan Vilma.
2nd and 10, Miami at its own 22, down 10-0 in the third, 4:25 to go. Farrat under center, takes a 5-step drop, looks, throws left side, and caught, and then the tackle made on the far side. Got it to McMichael, who was the motion man. It was Eric Barton, former Raider. He's out of the University of Maryland, makes the stop. And it'll set up a 3rd down and about 3.
Just nothing comes easy in the passing game. I mean, you got wide receivers going downfield, 15, 18-yard routes. It's really not been the case. You're dumping the football off short. You're dumping it off to your tight end. I mean, it's really a control-type passing game for Miami, and it's been a tough struggle the entire day against the Jet defense.
Chambers and Welker near side right. Shotgun for Farrat. Long count, takes a snap. Blitz coming. Penalty flag will blow that play dead. They had a full-scale blitz coming from the Jets.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Rex Hadnot, the right guard, called for that infraction.
And bad news for anybody who has Gus Farrat in their fantasy league right now.
You're getting 12
for 25 for 100 yards, and we are 3:44 remaining in the third quarter.
There are 1 or 2 guys out there that do have Gus. You are having a bad day. 10-0 Jets. 3rd and 7. Miami at its own 25. Out of the shotgun. Perrott retreats. Ball got knocked up in the air and incomplete. It was John Abraham with the pressure, wearing the number 56, made famous by the other team that plays in this building. Abraham used to wear number 94.
And Sean Ellis, the other defensive end on the other side, when it got deflected up in the air, he was coming forward and almost got that football on an interception.
Boy, I tell you what, Donnie Jones has been on the field a bunch today. Punter. He's standing in his own 10. Justin Miller keeps the receive. High hanger, gorgeous punt. Miller, far side, watches it bounce at about the 26 to the 20, picks it up there. Tries a reverse field, holds on to the ball, swarmed under at about the 18-yard line. That was a hang time of 5.2 seconds on a 56-yard punt. Timeout here in the 3rd. Jets lead the Dolphins by the count of 10-0. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, is giving you a real deal. Right now you can get a free game of bowling. That's right, free. Bowl and pay nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, free of charge on the house. It don't cost diddly. With the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway, just purchase a specially marked bag of Baby Ruth minis, fun size, or a 10-pack for a free game of bowling. Get yours today. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal. Free game up to $9. For details and restrictions, visit babyruth.com. Even that's free.
Get in the zone. AutoZone. Poor gas mileage will waste a lot of money. So get to AutoZone during fall car care season. Tune up your car and start getting better gas mileage today. Install a new set of spark plugs. Replace your dirty air filter. Put in a new fuel filter and add a bottle of fuel injector cleaner to your tank. Stop throwing money away. Get to AutoZone. Tune up your car and save gas now. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Ultimate clearance event.
Jets are going to put in play at their own 19-yard line. They have a 10-0 lead, 3:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter over the Miami Dolphins. Jets go with a 2 tight end set. Pennington under center. Deep back is Martin. Pennington, play fake. Got time. Steps up, throws left side, and a comebacker, diving catch. Did he get it? No, sir. I thought so. One hop to Lavernius Coles. He did a good sell job, but that ball hit, and then he covered it up. Sam Madison covering. Tell you what, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, Jack. Pennington's arm, we knew it wasn't, he didn't have a howitzer. But I don't know, you know, it's not real good today.
There's no question. His arm is in question. It was coming even when he was drafted. Remember, I think the New York Jets, they were a choice that year between Pennington and Plexico Burris, who were two guys there, and they were going to go after Burris, but at the last second decided to go after Pennington. But his arm was a question there, and that deep out, he did not throw that football on.
To 19. Pennington, short drop, look right, throw right, try. Oh, man, incomplete. As McCarron's took it upfield, and Pennington threw it behind McCarron, who was covered by Reggie Howard.
Well, a lot of times that's good communication with your wide receiver and your quarterback. When that defensive back is up on top of the wide receiver when he's running, that's kind of a stop pattern, and you throw to your outside shoulder. And the timing really was not there. Also, he got away from the running game on here. 2:59 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. They're really in control of this football game, trying to throw the football.
Miami with its nickel package in. 3rd and 10, Jets at their own 19. Shotgun for Pennington, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Trebet motions towards the formation. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Pennington hangs, fires, throws. He got hit. Ball bounces towards the intended receiver. And oh my goodness, Jason Taylor setting up shop in that Jet backfield.
Okay, he's lined up. He is so low. He's like a groundhog. That's how low he is coming off the line. You get a 4-point stance that he does not get blocked coming off the edge. I'll tell you what, you better find Jason Taylor and get a helmet on him, or Pennington won't last this football game.
2:55 to go, 3rd quarter, 10-0 Jets. Here's the punt by Graham. Spiral job. Wes Welker catches at the 35, straight up the gut. Got room at the 50, left side 45, bang down at the 41. A nice return by Wes Welker. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on CBS next Sunday when the New England Patriots meet the Pittsburgh Steelers. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on CBS. 25-yard return on a 45-yard punt. And Miami in pretty good shape here at their own 41-yard line.
I think as the Dolphins are going to get it done here, a chance to win this game. 2:42 left to go in the third quarter. Great field position. A quick 3-and-out by the Jet offense. And if they're going to get anything on the board right now, this is their best opportunity of the game.
10-0 Jets over the Dolphins. 1st and 10 Miami, though. At the New York Jet 41. They go left to right here in the third. Quick snap. Run up the middle. Ronnie Brown veering towards his right. And carries the pile. Vilma's in there for Miami. For New York Jets, beg your pardon. And Brian Thomas. A gain of about 2. Call it 3 on the play. Ronnie Brown. 913 yards, 6 yards per carry last year for the SEC champion Auburn Tigers.
Today, they've been trying to pound the football with Ronnie Brown, but he's now 9 carries for 22 yards in the running game or the passing game, but the offense has not been there.
Quick snap on the second down. Farrat, deep throw over the middle. Got McMichael caught. First down. Drags the defenders. Ty Law to the 15, 16-yard line. First down, Miami Dolphins, a gain of 21. Clock runs at 1:48 to go, and it's a good-looking advancement here by Miami as Miami's now in the Heinz red zone.
It's a good throw. Like Ty Law coming over top on the coverage, a little bit late getting there. The ball right over the linebacker in front of Ty Law for the completion.
Tight ends, both sides, tight formation. Chambers motions towards the right. Farrat under center. Stretch play. Give it to Ronnie Brown. Start to the left. Come back right. It's a 10 at the 8. Drives forward. Nice gain by Ronnie Brown. Brought down by Oliver Celestin, the second-year strong safety, and Eric Barton missed on the tackle. A gain of 9.
Well, you talk about that quick feet of Brown. You're right. Barton came up. He had a clear shot at him. He kept leverage on the cutback and trying to make this play. And I'll tell you, Brown does a great job of quick feet, a quick move inside, back to the outside, and Barton never laid a glove on him.
Wes Welker's 25-yard punt return set this up. Quick snap right up the middle. Heath Evans, nothing doing. Might have lost about a half a yard. Victor Hobson in there. Heath Evans, first carry of the season. Long-time lead blocker, 5-year man from Auburn, played in Seattle. Third-round pick in 2001.
For the first down, but I don't think they got it. They may have lost a few inches on that play as well. Now the fans realizing a third down play here right now. The third quarter rolling down to an end here, trying to get some fan support for their defense.
13 seconds to go, third quarter, third down and 1 at the 7 for Miami. They're at the Jet 7. Farrat takes, gives it to Brown. Got the first down across the 5 to the 4-yard line. First and goal, Miami. Eric Barton with the tackle. And that's going to do it for the third quarter with the score. Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
All your life, you've been told to
aim higher.
But if you have high cholesterol, your doctor may tell you to aim lower. And if diet and exercise aren't enough, ask about prescription Crestor. Crestor with Suvastatin calcium. The 10-milligram dose of Crestor, along with diet, can lower bad cholesterol by up to 52%. That's compared to 7% with placebo. Your results may vary. Crestor has not been shown to prevent heart disease or heart attacks. Crestor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you're taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of serious side effects. See our ad in Ladies' Home Journal, or for more information, call 1-800-CRESTOR, or visit us at Crestor.com. There you'll also learn how AstraZeneca may be able to help if you can't afford your medication. Aim lower. Aim lower with Crestor.
So your kid's smoking pot, and now you're afraid to say something because they might push you away. Maybe this will help you out.
Oh, I hate you!
You went through my room?
It's just a little pot. You're grounding me?
It's just a little pot!
Get used to it. When your kid's trying pot, you have to say something, no matter how they might react. Because to help them with their problem, first you have to get over yours. Action, the anti-drug.
For more information, visit theantidrug.com or call 1-800-788-2800. Sponsored by the ONDCP and the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
To prove new Consort Extreme Hairstyling Gel for Men gives you bold hold, we tested it on sportscaster Dan Patrick.
Hey, guys, what are the bricks for?
By having Kung Fu Master Hirohitsu break... There you have it. He's out cold, but his hair looks great. Proof that new Consort Extreme Hold Styling Gel for Men gives you bold hold.
Consort for Men. Dan tested, man approved.
Start of the fourth quarter, everybody. Jets lead the Dolphins 10-0, but the Dolphins, yep, they are knocking on that door. First and goal at the 3. They change ends. They'll be going right to left here in the fourth. Dave Sims, Jack Ham with you at the middle end. Barat has him up over the ball. High formation. They motion diamond to the right. Barat takes, gives it to Ronnie Brown, running left side. Tripped up in the backfield and taken down. Celestin slowed him up. And then he got finished off by Eric Morton. That's a loss on the play. And they're going to mark it down at the, let's call it the 5-yard line. Folks, the funniest moment of the entire day, as you know, coming in, the Jets had a hard time last week completing snaps out of the shotgun. Well, first play they ran the shotgun. First play they snapped, and it was a correct snap, no fumble, and they got a cheer. Second and goal for Miami, down 10-0. Barat looks left, throws it in the flat. McMichael's got it, pushes forward. He is in, touchdown Miami. Randy McMichael pulled his way over the goal line to the near left side, running over Oliver Celestin. And the score is now 10-6 Jets.
Boy, just a great effort. McMichael, they run the football, throw the football to him in the outside in a flat area a number of times. Just a bad tackle on McMichael. I'll tell you, the Jets, and then finally McMichael just leans forward with his body lean to the goal line with the football for the touchdown.
Very funky setup now as they have 4 players to the right, 4 to the left. Now they all come in and form a conventional point after touchdown formation. Alinda Moray is in. Snap, placement, kick, up, and it's good. Got a ball game. Dolphins 7. And with that touchdown, Remax makes another donation to the Children's Miracle Network. Remax. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax. Dolphins back in the game now, trailing only by 3, 10-7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Did you know that the Gainesville Open MRI has been around for over 10 years, serving the Gainesville community? Did you know that you have your choice to watch a movie or cable TV while having your procedure? Did you know you can have your family or friends sit in with you? Did you know that the Gainesville Open MRI accepts most insurance plans? Board-certified radiologists are waiting to serve you at the beautiful Millennium Center on the corner of 43rd and Newberry. Call the Gainesville Open MRI today at 377-3100.
Treat me with understanding. Drug and alcohol addiction is an equal opportunity disease.
Treat me without judgment.
Individuals in recovery deserve to be treated with respect for winning one of the hardest battles there is.
Treat me with compassion.
For drug and alcohol information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP.
I'm Dr. Joy Brown. Be sure to buy, sell, and trade all of your stuff on Tradio Saturday mornings at 7 on AM 850 WRUF.
WRUF, Gainesville.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tommy Tighe. Let's check the Wrangler NFL scoreboard, brought to you by Wrangler, makers of 5-star premium denim jeans, built strong, built comfortable, built right. All these games move to the fourth quarter. Chargers on top of the Broncos 14-10, Seahawks 21, Falcons 10, Rams 17, Cardinals 9. Browns lead the Packers in Green Bay 19-7. Dilfer to Braylon Edwards. He has over 100 yards receiving in this game. Cleveland on top by 12. They missed the extra point. Some other finals, Colts hold off the Jags 10-3. Titans beat the Ravens 25-10. Bucks now 2-0 for the first time in 5 years. They belt the Bills 19-3. Bengals over the Vikings 37-8. Dante Culpepper with 5 interceptions. Team Stephen Davis with 3 touchdown runs. Bears knock off the Lions 38-6. The Eagles all over the 49ers 42-3. And the Steelers, they are unbeatable. 27-7. Winners over Houston. Now back to Dave Sims and Mr. Ham at Giant Stadium.
Tommy pandering to Jack Ham. Ball Ball kicked out of the end zone by Murray, and the Jets will put it in play at their own 20. Once again, our Campbell's Chunky trivia question. Miami's not yielded a 300-yard passing game, but it doesn't look like they're going to do it today either.
I don't think so.
In 31 straight games, who was the player to accomplish this, the last player to accomplish this against them? Mr. Ham, your thoughts on that? You have an answer?
Tom Brady.
Vinny Testaverde of the New York Jets.
He was way down the list for me of that one.
Yeah, back on September 14th of 03, 29 of 45, 373 and a touchdown. Jets lost, though, 21-20. Jets got to do something here. They're only up 10-7. Got plenty of time, the entire fourth quarter ahead of us. Jets will start first and 10 at their own 20. Pennington on a stretch gives it to Martin. Nice running room. Cuts it back. Penalty flag on the play as he crosses the 25 to the 30 to the 31-yard line. Penalty flag, though. Very well may bring this one back. I think Ron Winter threw this one.
Might be Baker, the tight end, who was trying to block on that play to the outside. He got his hands out, wait for the official call from Ron Winter, but couple flags on the play.
Holding. Offense number 86. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So Chris Baker called for the hold, so you didn't get Vinny Testaverde. Well, anyway, stay tuned for Campbell's Chunky Trivia all season long. Brought to you by Mouthwatering Campbell's Chunky Chili, the official chili sponsor of the NFL.
I'm going to get one before this year.
That's exactly it.
And maybe only one.
You got 15 more weeks, big guy. 13:54 and counting. Fourth quarter, Jets 10-7. First and 20 at the 10, and tripped up in the backfield. Junior Sale coming in on a blitz, and he got Curtis Martin for a loss.
This Jet offensive line, which is a veteran offensive line, is having a hard time with this 3-4 defense of Miami. I mean, that time, Junior Sale, like I said, 36 years old, 16 years in the league, and he came like a shot. He still has that quickness to come off the edge. We've seen Jason Taylor do that as well. And all of a sudden, this Jet offense is going in reverse right now to fourth quarter when they're trying to close this game out.
Martin, 23 carries, 61 yards. Second down and 20 at the 10. Pennington under center. They show blitz. They bring the blitz. Pennington throws and out pattern to McCarron's up to the 20, 22-yard line. But he had to get to the 30. And that's going to bring on one team, Junior Sale, covering on that one. Beg your pardon, that's only now third down coming up.
That time, pretty good protection by the offense line. McCarron took a long time to run that out route, came in the middle of the field, then broke to the outside. Well, but just again, watching the arc on Pennington's ball on the out patterns, you got a little bit of an arc, not on a line like you want to have your quarterback in the National Football League. Pennington 13 for 24 for 129 yards, but that one's had a little bit of an arc to it.
Doesn't bode well for the rest of this season. 3rd and 7, Jets at their own 23. Shotgun for Pennington, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes the snap, and there's somebody flinched. Somebody flinched. I think it was Adrian Jones, the right tackle.
And Adrian Jones flinched because of Jason Taylor.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That's what they got.
Somehow you should give credit to Jason Taylor because he's that time lined up at left defensive end trying to take the outside rush. And you're an offensive lineman out there. You feel all alone out there because Jones realized he had Taylor by himself and pulled out a count early.
3rd and 12, Jets at their own 18. Pennington shotgun formation again. Blitz coming. Picked up. Pennington throws left side and caught by McCarron. That's good for a first down on the far side at the 37-yard line. First down, New York Jets. They beat Reggie Howard, and that's a gain of 19 yards.
And really credit the offensive line because I'll tell you what, they came with pressure again. They did not get to Pennington. Also out there is Sam Madison, looked like trying to make a play on the football. He could not get there. Outstanding throw by Pennington, leading it out to McCarron for a first down on a 3rd down play.
2 receivers right, 1 left. 2 tight end look. Give it to Martin coming to the right. Finds a hole. Cuts back against the grain. Nice gain across the 45-yard line. Picks up 7. How did he do that? Bonnie Holiday with the tackle. Curtis Martin running to his right was able to cut it back and found some room.
Well, I tell you, he's just an outstanding cutback runner. I mean, he doesn't take it to the outside often. But that time, Junior Sale, the outside cut off. I'll tell you, you cannot arm tackle this guy. to Bucky Jones tries to come up and arm tackle, and he just runs right through that.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Jets at their own 46. 4-man rush for Miami. Pennington to throw. Throws it out, let the Baker near side right. Minimal gain there. They had McCarron running a fly pattern down the near right sideline. Junior Seau covering on the play against Chris Baker.
Baker gets about a 2 or 3 yards. This offensive passing game is like paper cuts, man. You're not going deep downfield. You're not trying to challenge the safeties to make a play on the football. You're not going on a post patterns, but it's tight ends catching the football. Same thing for the Dolphins as well, because McMichael with 7 catches and 70 yards. He's their leading receiver, trying to go underneath on a lot of plays.
Jericho Cotry in at wide receiver, flank wide to the left on his 1st and 10. At the 49, deep drop, blitz was coming, out pattern, caught, Corbett near side, good for first down. Miami territory at the 39-yard line, caught it in front of Reggie Howard. First down, New York Jets.
And a good job by Curtis Martin picking up the middle linebacker for the Dolphins, coming right up the middle. Zach Thomas on a blitz. He cuts him down, takes his legs out from underneath him, and time for Pennington to deliver the ball downfield to Corbett.
Jets on the move, leading 10-7. They have a Coles pass from Pennington, a Nugent 41-yard field goal. Farrat hit McMichael from 5 yards out, the only scoring today. 1st and 10 Jets. Miami's 39, going left to right here in the 4th with 10:15 to go. And Pennington will call a timeout, and we'll take it with them. Jets 10-7 over the Dolphins here in the 4th. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Craft Motor Cars is now the all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. New owners, new attitude, and a whole new way of serving our customers. Stop by and check out our huge selection of brand new Mercedes-Benz, Jeeps, and Buick, as well as an incredible selection of quality pre-owned vehicles at prices you just have to see to believe. We've extended the hours for sales and service to help accommodate our customers. Shop online at DuvalMotorCars.com or by phone at 888-GATORS-0 or in person. Come in and pick out your car, and we'll have a price and payment for you in just 15 minutes. The all-new Duval Motor Cars of Gainesville. I-75 at 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Life would be great if only you could do everything from home. Fortunately, with Walgreens' new digital photo service, you can simply upload photos to Walgreens.com from the comfort of home. Send them to print at any of thousands of Walgreens nationwide, many open 24 hours. Then you can pick up the prints in as little as an hour and head back home. Walgreens, where America takes its digital pictures. 1 hour photo limited to machine capacity.
1,600,000. That's how many students may be staying home from school every day and not learning because of a problem we need to do more to solve. And those who are bullying aren't the only ones that should be scared. Take a stand. Lend a hand. Stop bullying now. For more information, go to www.stopbullyingnow.hrsa.gov. This message is a public service of WRUF.
This is Billy Donovan. Stay up to date with the latest news in the sports world. Tune into Sports Scene with Steve Russell, weekdays at noon on AM 850 WRUF, Gainesville.
Today's broadcast of the NFL on Westwood One is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Westwood One, the Miami Dolphins, and the New York Jets is strictly prohibited. 10:14 to go. Jet fans trying to get their team, urge them on to get a score, leading 10-7 here in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers left for Chad Pennington, one right. Pennington long count under center after calling the timeout. Blitz coming, he looks, throws, right side. Here's Coles at the 30, eludes a tackle. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line, slung out of bounds. Here's an extra flag. They're going to flag Channing Crowder for unnecessary roughness. Lavernius Coles for 16 yards.
Well, Crowder, who's played very well as a rookie, ends up hitting while he was out of bounds on Lavernius Coles. Good call by both officials. Got their flag out quickly. Here's the call.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 52. Penalized half the distance to the goal. First down.
What a stupid penalty by Channing Crowder, who had been playing an outstanding game. The ball's going to be inside the 12, 1st and 10 for the New York Jets with 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
First of all, Coles comes up and he makes a little hitch pass and he beats the defender right at the line of scrimmage, and then Coles puts a stiff arm out of it as well on Crowder. and it kind of fends him off as they both go out of bounds, clearly 3 or 4 yards out of bounds. Good call by the official.
4 catches, 58 yards for Coles. First and 10, Jets at the 11. Give it to Martin, straight up the gut. Did well to get to the 10-yard line, maybe a gain of 1. Jason Taylor was blitzing. Seau and Thomas, they make the stop.
Okay, Jason Taylor had a chance to make that play for about a 1-yard loss, but Curtis Martin runs right through his tackle, knifing in from that outside, which he's done so many times today on running plays by Curtis Martin, but that time he was able to gain a couple yards.
Second down and 9, just outside the 10. Jets in the Heinz red zone. 9:14 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, 10-7 Jets over Miami. Pennington, play fake, got a good block. Throw it at the 5. Barreling forward to the 1 is Lavernius Coles. First and goal, New York Jets. Zach Thomas on the stop.
Great block by Curtis Martin. It was Jason Taylor coming up the field, and I'll tell you, he cuts Jason Taylor, and if he doesn't do that, Taylor makes a sack and may cause a fumble on Pennington. Great job by a running back coming up and realize you're going to have to take on a defensive end like Jason Taylor, and that time Curtis Martin beat him.
8:35 and counting here in the fourth. Jets with a 10-7 lead, knocking on the door again. They got an extra lineman in. Good one. First and goal, Jets at the 1. Pennington under center, turns, now going to roll to his left, throws short, Soul, got it, touchdown, left side, touchdown New York Jets, but there is a penalty flag. They're in a great fake up the middle, and Pennington waggled to his left. Penalties against Miami.
Right of the pass, holding, defense number 55. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
How about Chad Pennington? 7 for 7, 74 yards on that drive, and the Jets extend the lead to 16-7.
But everybody thinking Curtis Martin's going to come up and get that ball from the 1-yard line. I mean, he really could have run in for the touchdown himself on this play. Just decided just to dump the football off to Sewell, who made the catch for the touchdown.
Extra point by Nugent is up and good. With that touchdown, RE/MAX makes another donation to the Children's Miracle Network. RE/MAX. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Timeout here at the Meadowlands. 8:19 to go in the fourth. Jets 17, Dolphins 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico, 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Like most men, there are some things my husband just doesn't want to talk about.
Like prostate problems, but when I learned 1 in 3 men will have them.
That got him talking.
And thinking. Enough so that I switched to One-A-Day Men's.
One-A-Day Men's Health is a complete multivitamin plus lycopene, which Harvard studies suggest may help prostate health.
Some things are healthy to talk about.
Now, let's talk about feelings.
Hey, one thing at a time.
One-A-Day Men's, the multivitamin with more for your health. Used with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables.
A reminder to stay with us tonight for Sunday Night Football at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on many of these same stations. Joel Myers, John Riggins, and Rick Doc Walker will have all the excitement from Oakland as the Raiders play host to the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Sunday Night Football. It's on Westwood One. There's going to be some scoring tonight.
And that's been an ugly rivalry for a long time between those two teams. It goes way back.
We did a game that had nothing to do with the playoffs last December, and it was spirited. I think Tony Gonzalez caught 10 passes in the first half. Here's Nugent on the approach, puts his right foot into it. It's a high, short kick. Welker runs over near side at the 15, running right at the 20. Up the numbers at the 30 and taken down right there by Oliver Celestin. We'll take a break with the Jets leading 17-7 here in the fourth. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, is giving you a real deal. Right now you can get a free game of bowling. That's right, free. Bowl and pay nothing. Zip, zero, zilch, free of charge on the house. It don't cost diddly. With the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway, just purchase a specially marked bag of Baby Ruth minis, fun size, or a 10-pack for a free game of bowling. Get yours today. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal. Free game up to $9. For details and restrictions, visit babyruth.com. Even that's free.
It's time for the ultimate ATV deal at Bombardier ATV's fall clearance event. Get up to 6 times longer warranty coverage than the competition. A full 3 years on Bombardier ATVs, like the most powerful and versatile Outlander. Plus rebates up to $800 on 05 and prior models. Hurry, because this ultimate deal ends September 30th. Find a Bombardier ATV dealer near you at brp.com. Offer ends 9/30/05. Riders must be at least 16 years old and have taken a training course. See dealer for complete offer details.
Hi, I'm relationship expert Dawn Yannick, and over the last few months, I've been telling you about a new guide I've written for Match.com. It's called How to Find the Right Person in 90 Days, and it's really working. So many people have told me they thought they'd never find the right person, but the guide gave them their confidence back and changed all that. Now, for a limited time, Match.com wants you to have How to Find the Right Person in 90 Days, free. Join the millions of people who found successful relationships on Match.com. Get started today for free. Visit Match.com for full details.
Walter knows his business. A lot of gamblers out there, and they have needs, big needs. Brendan knows the game.
I know these teams better than they know themselves.
They know everything about gambling.
You went 9-2 last Sunday.
Man, I'm proud of you. Except when to stop.
That's pushing it too far. There's no such thing as too far.
Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey, Rene Russo.
This is dangerous territory.
2 for the Money. Directed by DJ Caruso. Rated R. Under 17 out admitted without parent. Starts Friday, October 7th.
Dolphins have some work to do, trailing 17-7 here in the fourth quarter here at the New York Jets. At the Meadowlands, 8:14 to go. Farrat, first and 10 on 31, drops the throw, throws it left side to McMichael. McMichael across the 35 to about the 37-yard line on the near side left, brought down by Mark Brown.
John Abraham's talking to the officials, saying he was held on the play. I mean, I think he's getting a lot of this from the wide receivers in the NFL. Every time they go downfield, there's contact. They're looking for a holding call from the official. That time looked like someone got his hands on Abraham and pulled him down.
7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. Miami at its own 38. They go no huddle, fake the draw. Blitz coming. Ball got knocked out of Farrat's hand. Loose ball. Ronnie Brown picked it up. And what are they going to say? Ron Winter hasn't said anything right now. It was John Abraham with a great pass rush. And they're going to say it was recovered by Miami.
Well, it's a good job again by Abraham. Yeah, up by 2 scores right now. You are teeing off on a quarterback, Gus Farrat. Little play action fake, and nobody's taking that fake. And I'll tell you, Abraham comes flying around to the backside, almost deflected it to himself for an interception.
3rd down and 9. Miami at its own 32, down 10, 17-7. Farrat throws, crossing pattern. Welker's yard line for Miami. Wes Welker. Little guy, 5'9", second-year man out of Texas Tech, a gain of 16.
A little speed out there going in the middle of the field that time. Gus Farrat on a 3rd and long situation. The Jets end up playing zone. Welker finds that soft spot in the middle of the field. Have not gone to the wide receivers in the middle the entire day, more to the tight end. That time Welker makes the catch and a big one.
1st and 10. Miami at its own 47. 6:36 to go here in the 4th. Farrat barking out signals here. No huddle. They go 2 receivers right. Stretch play. Going right side. It breaks. Across the 50 for about 8 yards. Down to the 46-yard line goes Sammy Morris, the leading rusher a year ago. Jonathan Vilma brought him down. That popped real quick, running off the right side behind Rex Hednott and Vernon Carey.
A few times today with the running game. Ends up Morris just cutting that, picking his way back inside. Vilma finally gets to him.
Stocker McDougal's at right tackle. Here's another run by Marsh running left side. He got some great leverage, ran over somebody, picked up the 1st down to the 40-yard line. Victor Hobson makes the tackle. Clock at 5:52 to go here in the 4th quarter. Hey, folks, play fantasy football on CBSSportsline.com. For beginner to expert, they have games for all levels. Plus, get an NFL player news and exclusive analysis to give you the winning edge all season long. Just click on fantasy football at CBSSportsline.com. 1st and 10, Miami at the Jet 41. Farrat to throw. Swings it out left side, and that had INT written all over it. Ryan Thomas may have deflected. He's the defensive end who went out in coverage on the tight end, Randy McMichael.
Well, he's in a zone blitz that time, and he's coming off, and they've run the football or thrown the ball so many times to the tight end on those little diagonals out in the flat area. So that time, your defensive end, Thomas, comes out and almost gets his hand on the football.
Nickel package in for the Jets. 2nd down and 10, Miami. At the Jet 41, Farrat drops the throw. Flips it left side to Ronnie Brown. Penalty flag. Brown taken down at about the 40. A gain of maybe a yard.
I'll tell you right now, it's on 2 scores. I'll tell you, John Abraham is picking up his game right now. I'll tell you what, he is coming off that edge. Here's the call and a holding call. There's two penalty flags down on the field, but John Abraham is creating havoc in that backfield and caused this holding.
Holding. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
We had Vernon Carey playing on the left side at left tackle. He was called for the penalty. Stocker McDougal's playing at the right tackle.
Great changeup by John Abraham. Usually his speed rushes at the outside coming up the field. He's already done that a couple of times and knocked the football away from Gus Frerotte. But that time he just had a bull rush and just ran the tackle right back into Gus Frerotte.
2nd and 20. Ball back at the Miami 49. They go right to left here in the 4th, down 17-10. Fake the reverse. Screen right side. Poorly thrown by Frerotte, who had a wide open Ronnie Brown with run blockers in front. Poorly executed by the Miami quarterback that time. Clock stops with 4:59 to go. 17-7 Jets.
A pretty good job that time by a guy's name we haven't called all that much, a defensive tackle, Robertson. Robertson is in the middle there that time and got involved in that screenplay.
4:59. Jet fan drives to their feet on this 3rd down and 20. Miami at its own 49. Going right to left here in the 4th, trailing 17-7 to the Jets. Shotgun formation for Frerotte. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They rush 4. Takes the snap. Steps, looks, throws downfield left side. Incomplete. David Barrett got 2 hands on it. Couldn't catch it. Marty Booker was the intended receiver. Good pressure by Brian Thomas for the Jets.
With 4:52 left to go in the game, Nick Saban decided to punt this football away. Just way too long to get that first down. So going to punt the football, rely on his defense to get the football back quickly. Or down by 2 scores.
Donnie Jones, the punt. He's been out here often. Gets a good snap percent. Gets into it. And McCarrans makes the catch at about the 12-yard line. A low liner, only carried 3.3 seconds, 37 yards on the distance. Late scores. St. Louis leading Arizona 17-12. Seattle 21-18 over Atlanta. San Diego trailing Denver 17-14. That's 5:30 to go in that game. And with 3:40 to go, wow, Cleveland leads at Green Bay 19-17. And that Seattle score 21-18. That's with 2 minutes left. St. Louis.
Green Bay's defense and losing Walker as well, their wide receivers. So a lot of things happening, but that defense especially is going to have a hard time the entire year for Green Bay.
Jets at their own 12. Lights on here at the Meadowlands, and they run Martin left side and barely got back to the line of scrimmage. I believe he lost a couple of yards. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
The NFL and Westwood One is brought to you by the WRUF Sports Club members, Duval Motor Cars, Boss Hart Realty Services, and Florida Citizens Bank.
2nd down and 13 coming up from the 9-yard line for the New York Jets. A lot of their fans started making their way towards their cars right now. 4:35 to go. The Jets up by 10.
I think right now the Dolphins hang their hat on their defense. They called a timeout here right now to save some of the time on the clock. 4:35 left to go.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Tomorrow night, tune in to Westwood One for a special primetime doubleheader. First, it'll be the New Orleans Saints against the New York Giants. I'll be here along with John Dockery. Then Marv Albert and Boomer Esiason, they'll have the Washington versus Dallas game. We'll have live coverage of both games for you beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Dave Sims and Jack Ham with you at the Meadowlands. Jets holding a 17-7 4th quarter lead with 4:35 to go. 2nd down and 12. Jets at their own 10 to give it to Martin running right side. And Zach Thomas would have nothing of it. Zach Thomas having a spectacular day. He's got to have close to a dozen tackles today, and they've all been some crunchers. He had 16 last week. With the score, Jets 17, Dolphins 7. There's a break in the action. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
I'm a hypocrite. No, I'm not a vegetarian that wears leather shoes. You see, I used to smoke pot, and when I found pot in my kid's room, I confronted him about it. It would have been easier to look the other way and not feel like a hypocrite, but I'm his dad. and he's not allowed to smoke pot, period. It might be hard, but to help your kid with their problem, first you have to get over yours.
Action, the anti-drug.
Hypocritical? Yeah, that's me.
For more information, visit theantidrug.com or call 1-800-788-2800, sponsored by the ONDCP and the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Welcome back, everybody. 4:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jets have a 17-7 lead over the Dolphins. Miami called a timeout, so the Dolphins have one timeout remaining. Jets have two.
Let's see whether the Jets continue to try to force the Dolphins to call these timeouts right now. Third down and a long situation, whether in fact you want to put this ball up for grabs or force the last timeout by Dolphins.
32 pass plays, 32 rushing plays right now on this run play up the middle by Curtis Martin to get to about the 9-yard line. Picked up 2, that'll bring on the punt team.
Fans aren't happy, but the fact with 4:22 left to go, you force the Dolphins to use a timeout. They need 2 scores to get back in this game, so Herm Edwards realizes he doesn't have an offense that's going to stretch it all the way down the field as well, so you realize that you don't want to put them in a situation to do something they're not comfortable doing, so defense.
How about the pamphlet that Herm Edwards put out last week on Wednesday? How the Jets win. Smart, fast, physical. Run the ball, stop the run. Protect the ball, take it away. Solid special teams and no foolish fouls.
I think if you can accomplish all of those things, you're going to have some winning football. I think the New England Patriots have done a lot of that in the last couple of years on their way to a number of Super Bowls.
This will be the 6th punt coming up for Ben Graham. Gets the snap midway, about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Hangs it up, beautiful. Drives Welker way back, makes the catch, bobbled it, and then recovered at the 36-yard line. He thought he was going to make the catch at about the 39. That punt carried 48 yards, a hang time of 4.6. Not bad. Tune in to halftime of our Monday Night Football broadcast each week. Find out how you can vote for the Blue Diamond Nuttiest Play of the game, or you can log on to BlueDiamondFootballNut.com for more details. Brought to you by the irresistible Blue Diamond Almonds. Have you had your can a week? Miami down 10, 4:11 to go here in the fourth. Shotgun for Farrat, first and 10 at their own 36. Swinging out of the backfield, Brown, 35 to the 40, 41-yard line. Brought down by Oliver Celestin.
Celestin did a good job of making sure he made the tackle with Brown in the field of play, so the clock continues to run. Under 4 minutes right now, so if the Dolphins do score, because they're already taking their timeouts, it'll be an onside kick situation, unless they score very quickly here.
3:46 to go, second down and 5. Farrat zips it over the middle. Welker couldn't make the catch.
Jonathan Vilma is so active in the passing game. If people are going to throw the football like this, obviously he's getting a very deep drop in that linebacker position in the middle. And I'll tell you what, Welker might try to make that catch near the hash mark. He got drilled by Vilma.
Clock stop at 3:39 on that incompletion. Jets 17-7. Here in the fourth, third down and 5 for Miami in its own 41. Jets with 3 down linemen. They bring the whole blitz package. Farrat throws deep curl. He should have had it. Hit right off the chest of Ty Law at the 42-yard line.
You talk about a corner driving on a play and really guessing on a play. He thought the deep post was going to be the route going to run. I'll tell you, Ty Law has been around a long time. And like I said, I think his best years were obviously with New England when they won the Super Bowl. But he undercut that play right there and almost came up with the interception.
Hit him in the chest plate, tried to get the ball into Marty Booker. 4th and 5. Miami at its own 41, down 10, 3:34 to go. Snap to Farrat, out pattern, right side. Got it, first down to Chambers. Got it to Chambers on the far side, across the 45 to the 47 in front of Ty Law. 3:29 to go.
I think Ty Law has had a reputation for a long time of being an outstanding corner. But I'll tell you right now, teams are starting to go that direction a little bit more. Coming up after an injury, been around the league a number of years now. And like I said, not the quick as he once had. And he's getting a little more traffic in his area.
He's giving some serious cushion, too, on the far side. Farrat throws under underneath. Nice catch reaching behind is Welker. Oh. Welker was running left to right. A bad throw by Farrat made him go back to his left. Vilma makes the tackle.
You talk about using great hands to pull in a football. You're running a crossing route, and the ball's way behind you. Welker turns back and makes that catch.
Miami is out of timeouts. 2nd and 4 at the 47. Farrat throws far side, near side left, and completes it to David Boston. Covering on a play, David Barrett stops the clock. That's a first down for Miami. 17-7 Jets. 2:59 to go. 11 yards on the pickup.
Whatever you can continue to run that sideline run like that, but Boston was able to make the catch, get the first down, step out of bounds with 2:59 left to go. So, right now the Jets have extra defensive backs in the game, playing pass all the way, but that time not been able to tackle Boston in the field of play.
Welker and Chambers go wide right. Brought out of the shotgun. Blitz coming. Throws it over the middle. Nobody home.
That could be intentional grounding right there.
Because he was not outside the tackle box, and he just got rid of it.
Well, Ron Winters right now is going to talk to one of the officials, because I tell you what, there was nobody downfield, and he was not outside the tackle box. And Ron Winter a lot of times is
There's no foul for intentional grounding, because the running back was right behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd down at 10. Miami at the Jet 35, trailing 17-7, 2:53 to go in the 4th. Shotgun for Farrat. Throws left side. Got a man down there. Intercepted. David Barrett. Tried to get it to Randy McMichael. Brian Gilmore brings him down, and that should do it right there. 2:44 to go. The Jets are going to take over. They lead by 10.
Well, sometimes Gus Farrat has to go downfield because he needs 2 scores. Barrett ends up to overthrow McMichael. Barrett's right there for the interception. Just cradles the football. His teammates, Vilma's trying to make sure he goes down on the play.
First turnover of the game. So the Jets can run out the clock. Miami cannot stop it. 2:44 to go. And the Jets have a 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Right, it's just a situation where when it was on 2 scores like that, you could not use that, conventional passing game. You had to go deep downfield and then the interception.
They give it to Curtis Martin running off a left guard and just slams right into the pile. Jets will be in no hurry here. Run a few plays. Maybe if they get probably, 1 first down. That should...
Well, they could run this thing all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Look at the clock right now, the play clock. That they can run this thing all the way down to the 2-minute warning without timeouts for Miami. There is not much the Miami Dolphins defense can do right now.
Clock at 2:20 and moving down towards 000.
And right now, for Curtis Martin, 29 rushes for about 70 yards, just enough out of the running game right now. Defense played well, but again, I think Miami's offense really came here and laid a big egg here because they didn't do anything in the passing game.
Sure didn't. We have reached the 2-minute warning brought to you by Concert Hair Care for Men. Look for it in the men's shaving aisle. Jets 17, Dolphins 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
To prove new Consort Clean Hold Styling Gel for Men won't leave your hair feeling sticky, we tested it on sportscaster Dan Patrick.
Wow. What's the cannon for?
By firing him from his cannon into a regulation basketball backboard.
Could I get a helmet?
That would taint the study, Mr. Patrick. Fire the cannon! There you have it. He didn't stick. Proof that new Consort Clean Hold Styling Gel for Men won't leave hair feeling sticky.
Consort for Men. Dan tested. Man approved.
Know the greatest phrase ever invented in shopping? No, it's not, I'll just wait in the car. The greatest phrase is, no thanks, I'm just looking. I mean, what freedom, what liberation, what a great way to buy car insurance. In fact, why not do some looking right now? Go to Geico.com. It's quick, it's easy, and you could save hundreds. You know, saving money looks good on you. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If you take vitamin E, listen up. This is Larry King to tell you about a different form of vitamin E, Ester E. I take Ester E because it's not like any other vitamin E. Only Ester E protects its antioxidant benefits until your body is ready to use it. And because it's all natural, it's readily absorbed. So do what I do. Take Ester E. E-S-T-E-R-E. Advanced protection. Ester Protection.
Look for Ester E and Ester C everywhere vitamins are sold.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at the Meadowlands. 2 minutes to go. Jets with a 17-7 lead over the Miami Dolphins. And don't forget, later on today, many of these same stations, it's NFL Sunday, the most comprehensive and entertaining recap of today's NFL action on radio. Tommy Tag and Dave Lamont will whip you around the league with scores, stats, highlights, and more. That's NFL Sunday tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Westwood One. Dave Sims and Jack Ham with you. 2nd down and 8 for the Jets at their own 18, leading 17-7 here at the 2-minute warning. Offset eye to the left. Now they motion on a run right side. Boy, another big play defensively by the Miami Dolphins. It was Kevin Carter.
Right now, they're just overplaying the run. They know that the Jets are just going to continue to run the football. They not want to stop that clock right now and give it to the guy who does not fumble the football, Curtis Martin. So he's Mr. Reliable right now to try to finish off this game.
How about our best catch of the game, the grip of the game, brought to you by Channel Lock Pliers. Get a grip. Who would you give it to, Jack?
I think Lavernius Coles on that touchdown catch, trying to make the catch in the corner of the end zone. A perfect throw by Pennington, and also getting both feet down inbounds.
First score of the game. And that came back at the 9:32 mark in the first quarter. They give it to Martin straight ahead. Jams his way close to the 20-yard line. Well, that was a 3rd down and 10 play. Jeff Skinina makes the tackle. And the Jets coming off the field, Herm Edwards said, hey, keep it right here. Take the clock down. He's got 25 seconds. So when they snap the ball, it'll be about 25 seconds to go. They didn't even take a penalty.
Well, I think Miami did a smart thing. Nick Saban calling those timeouts when his defense was out there, get the ball back for his offense. And if they did score, they end up throwing the interception. You go for the onside kick, but try to save as much time as you could. You realize after the interception, this game was lost because only the 2-minute warning could stop the clock.
So now the Jets stop the clock with 29 seconds to go. 4th down and 6. Well, the clock would stop on a change of possession.
Exactly. So, I mean, they're going to punt the football away here right now, but one thing you got to about special teams and make sure, because you know that the Dolphins are going to come after.
They're going to bring it all.
Oh, they're going to have 11 people up at the line of scrimmage, because, I mean, that's the only chance they have right now is to block a punt, get a quick score here, and maybe an onside kick. And, I mean, this is really stretching it right now for the Dolphins, but, I mean, you got at least an opportunity here. I'm surprised to have even anybody back right now.
Wes Welker is standing at his own 36. Ben Graham to punt. They'll be looking to really hammer one here. Got it up there, spiral job. Welker seeing this for him, makes a fair catch as they had to back up inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Punt of 52 yards. So 25 seconds to go. Jets lead 17-7.
Holding. Number 35 in the kicking team.
How about that? So that goes against the New York Jets.
Well, the penalty seems like it's declined.
Oh, it's declined, yes.
The Dolphins want the football, but
sure.
I'll tell you, Ben Graham's done a great job of punting here today for the Jets.
His average has to be in the low to mid 40s. Martin, 32 rushes, 2 catches today. And the rest of the team, 17 catches and 3 rushes.
Has to be a culture shock for Ben Graham coming from Australia, living in New York City. I think that might be a little bit of a culture shock.
Yep, just a little bit. Here comes Miami, 25 seconds to go, down 10, 1st and 10, and its own 27.
And Graham,
there's Farad out of the shotgun, flushed, and ball knocked out of his hands. A good play by Sean Ellis, who caught up to Farad, knocked the ball out of his hands. The clock runs at 12:10. Can they get everybody even upfield? Chambers is walking back to the line of scrimmage, 7-6. They'll get this play off. Snap. They down the ball with 4 seconds to go.
I'll tell you, I'm watching John Abraham and Sean Ellis. They looked like they were running the 100 meters because they were in track stances on the outside, and they were coming up the field, and they were coming hard. Ends up at football, and they stopped the clock with 4 seconds left to go, and every defensive back that Jets have is out on that field.
Last play of the game, 4 seconds to go, 3rd and 12 to 25. They blow that play dead.
You know, if I'm the official, I don't let this thing go. You know,
absolutely.
You're down here. This game is over, and I think we have a false start.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
This will do it right here. They back up the Miami Dolphins.
Well, Gus Frerotte right now, I mean, the Jets have defensive backs. I think Vilma's back there around the 40-yard line as well, so.
Here it is, last play of the game. Frerotte throws it as far as he can. Deep down the field. There's a whole bunch of folks there. Ball's knocked down, and that'll do it. The New York Jets come away with a 17-7 victory over the Miami Dolphins in the Jets home opener. And the Jets go to 1-1, and the Miami Dolphins go to 1-1.
I think for the Jets, Herm Edwards said his team will come back and play better. I think their defense played better. They got just enough out of the running game from Curtis Barton, but I think Pennington in the passing game, they need help work as well. And I think right now for Miami Dolphins, this was not a very good offensive effort. Their defense kept them in the football game for a long time.
Most certainly did. Final score, Jets 17, Dolphins 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Have you heard about the Florida Citizens Bank ATM right across from the university on University Avenue at the Target Copy Center? It's spitting out $50 bills. That's right. Carl Walls, the president, has made some big mistake. He's loaded $50 bills in with all the 20s. So when you go to the Target Copy Center and make some copies, maybe get a cup of coffee, go to the Florida Citizens Bank ATM right there, because along with the 20s, you just might get a $50 bill. It's your gift from Florida Citizens Bank. That ATM at the Target Copy Center on University Avenue, it's spitting out 50s.
No one is better against the spread than Jonathan Stone, and he will prove it again as he releases his one and only game of the week, absolutely free on a recorded message. That's right, on a recorded message. No salesman, no hassles, just winners. Call now, 800-474-8002. That's 1-800-474-8002. Jonathan Stone's Pro Football Game of the Week, absolutely free on a recorded message. 800-474-8002. 800-474-8002.
What's it like?
What's it like?
It's lonely.
It's really lonely.
I miss my brother.
I miss my brother.
I'm surrounded by other people, but it's not the same.
I've got other people around me, but it's not the same.
It's pretty scary, but I don't let it rattle me.
It's pretty scary around here, but I don't let it rattle me.
You always have to watch your back.
There's no one to watch my back.
I spend my whole day worried who's out to get me.
I'm always wondering who's out to get me.
But I can take care of myself.
But I can take care of myself.
No matter what, I'll keep my head up.
No matter what, I'll keep my head up.
It's not like I have a choice.
It's not like I have a choice.
This'll all be over in 5 years, 3 months, and 17 days.
This'll all be over in 5 years, 3 months, and 17 days.
Go to jail for a gun crime and your family serves a sentence with you. Something to think about before committing a gun crime. Gun crimes hit home. This message brought to you by Project Safe Neighborhoods and the Ad Council.
Well, the Miami Dolphins lose for the 3rd consecutive time to the New York Jets. Today's score here at the Meadowlands in the Jets home opener, 17-7 Jets. And time now for our AutoZone player of the game. Mr. Ham, you are on, sir.
Well, in a game like this, a low-scoring game, you got to give it to one of the guys on defense. We're going to give it to Jonathan Vilma, who had 7 tackles, 4 assists, also involved in man-to-man coverage out of the backfield on running backs, also in zone coverage as well downfield. So, like I said, a complete linebacker out there, and he is the winner today.
Jonathan Vilma. He was in the zone and is our player of the game, brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Scoring today, it was a 7-yard pass, Pennington to Cole, 7-0 Jets in the first. They added a 41-yard Nugent field goal in the second to take a 10-0 halftime lead. A 5-yard hookup, 14-13 to go. That was early on in the fourth, 10-7. And then the Jets capped a 10-play, 80-yard, 5-minute, 54-second drive. It was Pennington to Soule from 1 yard, 17-7, and that is your scoring for this afternoon and early evening. What do you think, your overall impressions of the Jets after this game?
Well, I think, first of all, I think both defenses played well, but both offenses really stunk out the joint. I think, you end up winning a game. I think Herm Edwards is very happy, especially on the road last week, the way they lost at Kansas City, come back, and a win is a win here in New York. But, for the Miami Dolphins on offense, they have got to stretch the field downfield with the passing game. They were unable to do that the entire day. Diagonals to your tight end, dumping the football off on short pattern. That's really not going to get it done for you. Plus, the running game really wasn't there as well today. As well as they played against Denver in the opener last week, it was a complete reversal today. So I think there's a lot of work for Nick Saban and the offensive game for the Miami Dolphins.
Still a lot of question marks, I think, in my mind, and I was sure in other folks' minds, too, about Chad Pennington, his ability to threaten a team going deep middle or any kind of ball.
Well, anytime when he's really field, he really has not been able to do that. Everything is to the outside has been arced. He does have very good timing. He does have good timing with his receivers getting him out there. He's going to need that because, like I said, the question mark around here has been his arm for a long time. I think that question mark is still there.
Pennington, 19 of 30, 189, 2 touchdowns. Got sacked twice. Curtis Martin, 32 rushes for 73 yards. And then for Gus Frerotte, 20 for 43, 176, and an interception. And Ronnie Brown, 12 rushes, 32 yards. That was the extent of the rushing game for the Miami Dolphins.
That was a surprise. Ronnie Brown, who ran the ball effectively last week. Remember, now in a couple of weeks, they get Ricky Williams back into Miami offense as well. And anybody can do anything offensively for the Miami Dolphins is well needed in that offensive lineup right now. So the running game really wasn't there today as well. And, a low-scoring game like this, is a situation where you have to stretch that defense somewhere along the line. Those safeties for the New York Jets had an easy day of coverage, and they could really crowd the line of scrimmage.
Time now for a Rolaids moment. And besides the offensive performance today, is there anything you want to pinpoint there?
Well, I think in a low-scoring game like this, points were critical to both sides today. And when you had an opportunity to get points, if you didn't deliver, that was a bad situation. Olinda Murray ends up on a high snap on a field goal attempt. 3 points would have been a big difference going on this last drive where they only would have needed one score. So they end up missing that field goal attempt in a low-scoring game like that. So it didn't go well even on special teams for Miami.
Jack, we'll see you next week in Pittsburgh. I know you'll be in your glory. Steelers and the Patriots. We're going to wrap things up from the Meadowlands when we return. Once again, the final score, Jets 17, the Dolphins 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
It's going on now at in over a decade.
Get our lowest prices ever on hundreds of products.
Save on great name brands like Olympus, HP, and Sony.
Samsung, Motorola, Panasonic, and more.
From new digital cameras to wireless phones.
More products added every day, so hurry in now for your best selection.
The ultimate clearance event, now at Radio Shack.
Don't miss it.
Items limited to stock on hand. Some merchandise not available in all stores. Prior markdowns may have been taken.
RID presents a mother's guide to the 5 stages of head lice infestation. First, there's shock. Followed by denial.
No, this isn't happening.
Anger.
Darn sleepovers?
Bargaining.
Please, not head lice.
And finally, acceptance.
My kid got lice? I'll get rid.
RID is America's #1 lice-killing brand. Recommended by pharmacists and school nurses, RID is so effective, it can completely eliminate lice from your family and your home. Got lice? Get RID. Use as directed.
It's amazing how many things you can do online these days. Plastic surgery online is still a few years off, but I bet they're working on it. And what about doing all your car insurance business online? Well, it's already here. At Geico.com, you can do most everything. Change drivers, change cars, change coverage, change your oil. I made that last one up. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We live in a disposable world, friends. Things today aren't made to last. One big exception, Red Wing work boots. The leather is full grain, hand-stitched. Soles are attached to uppers with sturdy thread, not just glue. Every part of that boot has a job to do, just like the people who wear them. No, what we do isn't disposable. It's just better. Red Wing shoes, built to fit, built to last, since 1905.
For savings on boots built to last, visit redwingshoes.com to find a dealer near you.
To prove new Consort thickening shampoo for men leaves hair looking thicker and fuller, we tested it on sportscaster Dan Patrick.
Hey, who's the fat guy in the robe?
Dan Patrick versus sumo wrestler. He eats a lot. There you have it. He's flat as a pancake, but his hair isn't. Proof that new Consort thickening shampoo for men leaves hair looking full and thick, even when you're not.
Consort for men. Dan tested, man approved.
I got a leaky old toilet, and it's keeping me up all night. Said I got a leaky dripping toilet, baby. Oh, it's been keeping me up all night. When I fix it with these pliers, I'm gonna sleep real tight.
Having the blues can be good. Channel Lock Blue handled pliers, that is. Over 120 sizes and types of the highest quality pliers. Only from Channel Lock. Get a grip.
Play fantasy football on CBSSportsline.com. From beginner to expert, they have games for all levels. Plus, get NFL player news and exclusive analysis to give you the winning edge all season long. Just click on fantasy football at CBSSportsline.com. Now back to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at the Meadowlands. Dave Sims and Jack Ham, and time to check a few of the late scores in the National Football League, and they've all gone final. St. Louis, 17-12 winners at Arizona. Seattle bounces back after its loss last week at Jacksonville, 21-18 over Atlanta. Denver knocks off San Diego, 20-17. Jason Elam, a 41-yard field goal with 5 seconds to go. And how about this? The Cleveland Browns and Romeo Crennel, they go to Green Bay and get the victory. Final score there, 26-24. The final as the Browns beat the Packers. Final score here at the Meadowlands, the Jets knock off Miami by the count of 17-7. You've been listening to the NFL on Westwood One. Today's broadcast has been sponsored by Concert Hair Care for Men, by Red Wing Shoes, by Channel Lock, by Wrangler Jeans, by Rolaids, by Kia Motors, by Campbell's Chunky Chili, by Econo Lodge, by Choice Hotels, by Prilosec OTC, by AutoZone, and by NFL.com. I'd like to thank our crew for their work this afternoon. Studio coordinator Aaron Cummins, our spotter John Ross, our statistician Dave Ross, our engineer Sam Virgillo, producer Larry Costigan, the coordinating producer is Howard Deneroff. The executive producer of Westwood One is Chris Castleberry. Don't forget to stay tuned for more NFL action later on tonight. On many of these same stations at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, it's Sunday Night Football as the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Oakland Raiders. Joel Myers and John Riggins call all of the action. And tomorrow night, it's a special primetime doubleheader. First, it'll be the New Orleans Saints against the New York Giants. Then it's the Cowboys and the Redskins from Dallas. We'll have the coverage for both games for you beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Next Sunday, Westwood One presents another exciting tripleheader. First, it's Oakland traveling to Philadelphia. Then New England visiting Pittsburgh in a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game.